our talk where I am Blackhawk God, and and today we are we're talking about. Oh no, I'm killing myself on the stream. Okay, sorry about that. This is a disaster already. What an intro. Today I have with me Flamestryker, also known as Tristan.
Hello.
Hey. And then we have Naietz.
Naietz.
Yep. Ian. Yay. And then we got Sart.
Oh. Wow.
Sam. Yay. And today we are going to talk about the Game Awards.
Yep.
We are so for those who don't know the Game Awards are pretty much the Oscars but for games. I think that's pretty good way to summarize that. I hope, right, guys?
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Okay,
I don't agree with their choices.
We'll get to that later because, but here's the thing. There's a little disclaimer. We are going to start from the bottom of the list, but we are going to skip some categories because there are some categories we just don't have any comments on. So
honestly, it's just categories we couldn't give two craps about.
Yeah.
Or that too.
Chinese
yes.
Games, man. I don't play Chinese games.
Despite us all living pretty much in China.
Hey, no, it's a one country, two systems. It's not China.
Yeah, I'm not part of China. I don't care about Chinese games. Yeah. Okay.
So, the first on our list, we are going to start with best debut indie game. So, those who wants to read off the nominees,
you
guys.
left out the very important sponsor message.
Best debut indie game presented by Stick Hydro. What? We're not sponsored by them, by the way. So.
Oh, Hollow Knight actually is there. Wow. I thought no. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So on the nominees, there's Slime Rancher, which I played. Joyful little game. Then there's Mr. Shifty, by Team Shifty, which I have never heard of.
I've seen gameplay of that.
Yeah, me too.
And then there's Hollow Knight, which is hollow. And then there's Golf Story, which is on a Switch, exclusive apparently. Until is there a Steam release of it even? But anyway, and there's Cuphead, and those are 5. I can get behind most of these choices.
Yes, I can too.
Yeah.
I can only speak for 3 of the games. I haven't played Mr. Shifty or Golf Story, so I wouldn't know much about them.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't played Mr. Shifty or Golf Story, but I've heard great things about both of them. I've heard great things about Golf Story. I don't know about Mr. Shifty.
Yeah, I heard good things about obviously Cuphead. So I heard a lot of good things of Slime Rancher, Hollow Knight, Cuphead, and Ghost Story. Actually, I hear a lot of good things from all these games. So I feel like this is a really good category.
Yeah,
it's stacked.
It's stacked.
I'd say Cuphead is really solid winner here though, because I've played Slime Rancher. It's a joyful little game, but it just, what can I say? It's very, and it's a bit too no objective.
I can understand that.
Yeah, so it's a bit like in Harvest Moon. Well, I was thinking it was a lot like Harvest Moon, but with slime instead of shit. And in Harvest Moon you can get married, right? But in Slime Rancher you're kind of just going to new places to find new slimes and making more money so you can go to newer places to find more slime. So kind of loses the hook a bit.
I made a mistake.
Sorry, what?
No, it's just don't mind me. I'm trying to fix a stream.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Slime Rancher is a great game, but not the best in the category, I don't think. Hollow Knight I've just started playing, and like, I love Metroidvanias, but I still don't think it compares to Cuphead. Cuphead is just that good.
It's hard for me to really pick a. I think this is a really good category because for indie games together, I think they represent what's good about the indie scene, and that's the amount of effort and time they kind of put into it, or the amount of like effort for the amount of time they put into these kinds of things. And what really stands out to me out of all these, I'm a bit biased here because I haven't seen much on Golf Story and Mr. Shifty, like I said. But out of all of these, I really think Hollow Knight and Cuphead are really strong contenders for this category, both for their own reasons.
Yep.
I think, Cuphead is the most obvious one right from the get-go. Just the ability to stick to such a iconic style, but to keep faithful to that, right? And to really evoke that feeling and that sense of nostalgia for some people of going like back to like early 1900s animation.
1930s, I think. Yeah.
1930s?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, there you go. 1930s animation.
Yeah, make you feel nostalgic for the age we were born in.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
reminds you of
how they
and shit.
Exactly. Good old like Steamboat Willie and stuff like that. Really like reminiscent of like old Disney cartoons, and things like Tom and Jerry, for example, especially that one boss fight with the German rat. That was really good.
Yeah, it was.
And what I really like about Hollow Knight in that aspect too is that it really gives a sense of progression, especially when you start to get more deeper into the game. There's a lot to explore. There's it really evokes that sense of, as you said, that kind of Metroidvania gameplay, right? Yeah. But it does it in a way that doesn't really get stale. It kind of does it in a similar sense to Cuphead, where you kind of want to see what the next boss is. You want to go back to previous areas to get that double jump and explore what you haven't explored before. I think what its strengths lie in its ability to progress and to give you that sense of I want to explore more.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Yeah. But to me, it's just that Hollow Knight is a bit too like the lack of color kind of makes it like I fall asleep when I play games. I talked about this last time, and Hollow Knight doesn't help the cause with the black and white-ish color palette. Like it's very dark, and I love playing through it. But it just gets really tiring for me after a while, and that's why I think Cuphead is the better of the two. Like just from my case.
Fair enough. I would take an opposite stand to that actually, and I'd say that how Hollow Knight achieves all the kind of that gray and black range. I forgot what's called. I forgot grayscale.
Yes, grayscale.
It's more monotone than grayscale because it does use a lot of blue as well.
Yeah. I think it does really well to establish, kind of evoke that sense of hollowness. I'm using like my finger air quotation marks, but it's not. You have these kind of cracks of emotion here and there, right? You have all these kind of cute little like lantern bug characters that you gotta save, and they make a cool sound, or like a neat like cute sound.
You've got that's true.
You've got like all these like interesting characters. They have all these little quirks, and even though it's a bit bleak, a la Dark Souls, what it holds true to is like it kind of breaks that a little bit with like this, not only the style of like it being a bit more cartoony or cutesy, but it's it kind of with all of the sort of emotion that you get, right? It's hollow, yeah, Hollow Knight. But what am I trying to say here? You have emotion in the game, basically, with next to no dialogue. You have scripts that you read. You have like small little speech bubbles that pop up here and there. But I think you get a lot of like feeling with the actions in the game as well, which I think, in my
Actions
opinion,
speak louder
don't
than
make
words.
it so. Exactly. In my opinion, don't make it as stale as one might put it out to be. However, that's my opinion as well. Me and Naietz over here, me and Ian have
You can just
different
call him
viewpoints on the
Ian.
same
I
game.
call him Ian. We all call
I
him
just
Ian.
called him. I just called him Ian.
Yeah.
Come
Okay.
on.
Well, yeah. How about Sam? You've been really quiet.
Well, I mean, I've only seen gameplay for like 2.5 of these games.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, I think it's going to go to Cuphead purely based on the fact that the vote is by popularity, essentially.
Yeah. And Cuphead has that really killer soundtrack to it too.
Yeah.
I
But
can't
we'll
argue
talk about score later.
Yeah.
I think out of all these, it's the one you hear about the most. For sure.
Yeah.
I think it's also important to point out that Cuphead was, if I'm not mistaken, it's the one that was released the latest, right?
Yeah, it's kind of fresh on our minds as well.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like Hollow Knight is kind of released early this year.
Yeah,
and
I think it
Slime
was
Rancher is kind of right in the middle.
It was an early access. That was the thing.
Yeah.
That's it. Slime Rancher was in early access.
It's been in early access for over a year, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's why I recall it.
Well,
I'll
what
give
I
you guys
can
my
do,
thoughts on it.
Oh yeah, go.
Well, I'll go by this in order. Slime Rancher, I like it because the developers stuck with their goal, and they kept updating the game consistently, and eventually they finished the game, an early access game that got finished. Isn't that nice? Mr. Shifty, I only saw like a really quick amount of gameplay of it, but from the looks of it, it really reminds me of like, oh, we have Hotline Miami, but you can blink.
Yeah, it's who's the superhero guy who can bamf? Nightcrawler plays.
Oh yeah, Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler plays in Hotline Miami. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Hollow Knight, I have not seen a lot of footage of it, but from what I've heard, yeah, I can appreciate that. Golf Story is like the unexpected game to be good. I mean, it's an RPG game about golf. How do you do that? But somehow they did it. I only saw like the trailer when it was on there, but like during the Nintendo Direct. I was like, huh, this looks intriguing, but I never played it, so I can't really judge it. So, and of course there's Cuphead. I think of course I'm gonna give it to Cuphead but in terms of, because this is the best debut indie game for a company, and I appreciate
Cuphead is a really, really strong entry.
Yeah. Just as in a company standpoint, they did not like drop the ball. They kept going and going. They never stopped, and they delivered in the end. So just because of that,
you can say the same for all of that.
No, yeah. Well, I'm just like, the amount of work needed to be for Cuphead was insane.
Definitely, Cuphead has the most attention of the 5, so it wins in that regard as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think of all these, Golf Story is the one I heard least. I have had least exposure to. I didn't know it even existed until.
But then it's on the Switch, so if you don't own a Switch, then chances are you don't care.
Yeah.
And
funnily enough, it's the one I'm most interested in.
Is it the RPG about golf?
Buy a Switch. I see your game.
This is your system seller, Golf Store.
Oh, yeah. Who cares about Zelda? It's all about golf.
Yeah, this is the real RPG.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, so I'm going with Cuphead.
Yeah, I'm going to Cuphead.
I think that's a unanimous vote there. I think we're all going for Cuphead.
Yeah.
All right, Cuphead for this category. So, next category. Who wants to announce this one? We're going to talk about. We're talking about the best indie game. We're back in it, boys.
Oh gosh, it's the indie games again. Oh, okay. There's Pyre, which is great. Pyre's by the same studio that made
Bastion.
And Tristan.
Yeah.
The boss.
Super Giant!
Yeah.
I've played through a bit of it. It's quite amazing, the artwork and the gameplay, but unfortunately I played on the wrong difficulty. So the AI were pretty brain dead.
The wrong difficulty? What's the wrong difficulty?
Like, it starts you, there's like novice, and then there's like standard, and then there's like there are like the 3 standard difficulties: easy, medium, and difficult. And then there's one more where you, after you beat the game, you can unlock super hard. But
Okay.
I started on normal, right? And turns out the enemies in normal are pretty brain dead, so I didn't get as much enjoyment as I did from what I expected anyway. So when I tuned up the difficulty, it was a bit more fun. So, and then the next game is Night in the Woods, which is about anthropomorphic cats. I've only seen streams of it, and looked really interesting. But it's one of those I don't know. It's one of those side-scrolling talk to people and sort of. It's not even solve mystery. It's kind of
point and click adventure.
Yeah, it's kind of that.
Sort of. I would say I would really call it like an adventure game, even though it's not a typical adventure game. But in context, it's pretty much like an adventure game.
Yeah. And then of course there's Cuphead again.
Yep, we don't need to talk about that again.
Yeah.
And then there's this game called What Remains of Edith Finch that I have never heard of until today, and apparently it's got 10 out of 10 on Steam reviews, and it's a walking simulator. So I'm not surprised I hadn't heard of it, because it's a walking simulator, but apparently it's a really good walking simulator. So,
and I still don't know what that game is about.
Yeah,
I think it tells a story.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a lot of walking simulators tell a story.
I mean, like, I think it's basically like a visual novel, but you walk.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and you get to play as a cat, and a bird, and pretentious shit. Last one is Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, and
I keep seeing ads of it, but I never see gameplay of it.
Oh, it's about this woman who, Senua, who is basically crazy, and you walk around and you start seeing hallucinations, and you start fighting the hallucinations, and then like you start to not be able to tell between reality and fantasy anymore.
Huh.
So that's a game, and it's apparently it's pretty short. I haven't played through it yet.
I didn't even think it was an indie game.
It's a game.
I mean, it's made by the guys who did the Devil May Cry reboot.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it looks like the graphics are amazing on that thing, but like Jim Sterling gave it a 2 out of 10 because he got to a failure state that stopped him from progressing and soft locked, basically.
Oh.
But Jim Sterling did retract that score, and in the end gave it 8 out of 10 because he realized it was it was pretty immature to judge a game because he got mad that he got soft locked.
Yes.
But of course now that's patched, and so the rubrics don't really work for that anymore. But yeah, and in most people's words, it's a really amazing game.
Yeah.
So,
anyone else want to go through the games you want to talk about?
I was gonna say. Oh, go ahead, Sam.
Did Pyre come up last week in our games you can't really explain?
Yeah, it did.
When we were talking about Steam Awards, I think it came up. I forgot. Oh yeah, it was like the description one, because how do you explain that game to someone who's never heard of that game?
Yeah.
Well, it's a game where you have to put a ball into an enemy's pyre.
So it's like football.
Yes, but the thing
Wait,
is,
which
you
football?
see,
Football or handball?
It's hand egg football, like. But the thing is,
so it's like basketball.
But you can. Yes, it's a bit like basketball actually. It's a
so
bit like
is the pyre a hoop?
Yes, actually, that's a really good way. Like, because you can also.
Or is it a net?
It's more like a hoop.
Sounds like a lot of fluff.
It's an indie version of NBA 2K17. It's what I'm hearing so far.
Well, the way you score in that game is the pyre has a health system, and every time you score, it loses health, and you get 3 character classes, which is small, medium, and large. And the bigger your character is, the harder, like the bigger your character is, the harder they dunk, basically, and the more damage it does to the pyre. And so what you need to do is you need to get their pyre to 0 before your pyre gets to 0. And you can intercept the ball by channeling your energy and shooting it into an opponent, and he'll drop the ball and he'll be put out of play for like a few seconds. And you can't move without the. Well, you can still move without a ball. You can only control one character at a time, so the other characters kind of just stand there until you make them move. And you can pass the ball around, and you can also shoot the ball. And the thing is, when you dunk so hard that your character dies for the next round.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, because the pyre burns away your character, so that character goes out of play for that next round. And so in the fight, like the one who's ahead will basically be one person down for the next round until the next score, at least.
Jeez, that sounds pretty intense.
Yeah, and so of course, like it's 3v3. I never thought to mention that, but so once you score, if you're winning, then it becomes a 2v3, unless you shoot the ball into the pyre. If you shoot it, your character doesn't burn away because he doesn't come into contact with the flame.
But you get fewer points.
Yeah, you get fewer points.
So there's a lot of strategy involved as well. And then there's this whole like backstory of something, redemption and stuff, right?
Yeah, the whole story, like I've only just started it, but the story basically is you're a bunch of exiles for knowing how to read. Well, you are an exile for knowing how to read. And apparently knowing how to read is a bad thing.
Okay.
And
in this day and age, everything is spoken to you anyway, so
yeah, and our presidents are illiterate, and
wait, so is this game meant to be treated seriously or as a comedy?
Oh, it's very serious. The characters each have a lot of character, but they are serious characters.
The dog with the mustache is serious? What?
The dog with the mustache also has a backstory.
I mean, like, you just have to listen to the music, and like you can kind of get that sense of seriousness from it.
Yeah,
it's also Supergiant. They can be. They tell very good stories.
So am I going to cry in the end or something?
I mean, you
I haven't
probably
played through
will.
it. I haven't finished it yet, so but
No
basically
spoilers.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hope
so
nothing
no
happens to the
spoilers.
dog.
I don't know, and the story is that you need to go with this band of exiles. They don't know how to read, you do, but they are exiled for their reasons, and then you need to help them ascend, so that you can get the rights to join back civilization. That's the story.
This is a weird civilization.
Yeah, there is a civilization, and you're exiled from it. Yeah.
And the way to join back civilization is to win a bunch of 3v3 basketball. Basically, win a 3v3 basketball tournament.
Yep. Because apparently, if I remember correctly, that's a right to ascension, and once you ascend, then you are basically
You will send
amongst the
after you land a
gods.
sick dunk.
Yes. Yeah, like Kobe Bryant, because
Cool.
people worship you. So yeah.
Only he who possesses the sickest of dunks is allowed back into society.
Yeah.
But I think
So,
the
yeah.
game repeats. It's sort of cyclical. So
I get
yeah.
that impression too. Like it's a little like purgatory-esque. That's the impression I get from it, at least.
Yeah, but apparently you're in exile. I don't know what exile means in that world yet. So the lore is pretty interesting, and like the navigation interface, you like picking the stages and stuff. All the interfaces are very beautifully drawn. Like it's not the same style as Cuphead. It's that super giant type of beauty.
Yeah.
Like
Yes, our style Supergiant games are always good.
yep. And like the icons just so good. Yeah.
I mean, I can't deny. I think you put it perfectly. It's like the super giant art style.
Yep.
It's different, but at the same time, kind of consistent across all their games.
Yep.
Oh man, it's just beautiful.
Yep.
Anyone have any other opinions on the other games? I mean, we've already gone through Cuphead.
I mean,
and
like
we've pretty much gone through Pyre.
this is for me. This is a really tough choice. Pyre, Cuphead.
Every time I see a Super Giant games, I just vote for the Super Giant game because I'm that biased. I love their artwork. I love their soundtrack. I love everything they do.
I feel like I'm going to give it to Pyre because I feel like I haven't got Cuphead yet. So, but I feel like I'm gonna suck at it a lot.
Yeah, it's Cuphead is the Dark Souls of Cuphead.
Cup Souls.
Yep.
It's all about the Cup Souls.
But because it's a super giant game,
souls,
so I'm gonna go with Pyre. Well, I feel like I know I'm gonna like it. I haven't played Transistor yet. I have it, but I've yet to play it.
Oh man, I'm like partway through Transistor. It's great.
Not in the woods though. I hear a lot of good things about it, saying like the story is very impactful, so to speak.
I feel like I've seen the art style somewhere before, though.
Probably see it around Tumblr a lot. I see it on Tumblr a lot.
Well,
I don't know, but like that artist for Super Giants games is definitely like his style has inspired me a lot.
She, her.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think it's a her.
It's her. Okay.
Yes,
Like,
the artist is Gen Z.
Yeah, I think she's. Is it he or she?
She.
Yeah, she. Okay. I feel like her work gets shown on Pinterest and shit a lot. I don't remember people's names, but I've definitely seen her style of work.
I know her name because I had to do research before for assignment.
Okay.
I mean, her art is beautiful.
The 3D artist for Supergiant's a dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other two games, I don't know. Hellblade, I don't really like that kind of game. What remains is a walking simulator. I don't think I'm gonna take that.
Yeah, so
Like a walking simulator telling me a story is a bit. I don't know.
well,
Not
Inside
exciting.
and Limbo are kind of like
Yeah, but they're more interactive than puzzle solving.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the important thing to note here is the description of the best independent game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. So the last part we can kind of ignore because we understand what an indie game is.
Yeah,
but I
it'll
think
help a
the
publisher.
keynote here is creative and technical achievement. So what do you think has the best, in your opinion, creative and technical achievement?
Pyre.
I think Pyre, yeah.
I mean, who
'Cause, like,
else? Who else would have thought of
dunking a
basketball
ball into
and ascending after you land that sick dunk? So,
yeah, that's like Cuphead is very creative and very technically like the way they managed to put the hand-drawn animations into the game is very inspiring. But Pyre is the more creative, I think.
yeah. I mean, Cuphead has creative designs, but in the end, it's still a shoot 'em up.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's what I was gonna say. Exactly. I think in this category, Cuphead definitely, for me at least, wins in terms of the style and the creative, like sticking to the creative aesthetic. But in terms of creative gameplay and like technical gameplay, I definitely bring it to Pyre. On top of the fact that it's got an incredible art style, so I would.
Yeah, I mean, the greatest compliment you can give someone as a creative type is, I cannot describe you without, I cannot compare you to anything else because it's just so different.
Yeah,
that's what we were saying about Pyre. It's just it is Pyre-ish, and that's
it was a good thing that we cannot describe that game. So yeah. So Pyre is my vote.
Fire. How hard is it to describe?
Yeah. Pyre my vote.
Yeah.
Everyone's vote.
It's another unanimous one.
Yeah, okay. Pyre it is. Alright, guys. Next category. Presented by McCafe. The most anticipated game. Who wants to go down the list?
Buy your coffee in McCafe.
Apparently, it's not bad.
Is it not?
According to my mom, like
awarded
for a cheap cup of coffee, it's
awarded to an upcoming game that has shown significant ambition and promise. Title must be announced and scheduled for release after December 7th, 2017. The Last of Us Part 2,
cheating.
Red Dead Redemption 2,
Mm-hmm.
Monster Hunter World,
Mm-hmm.
Marvel Spider-Man, and God of War.
Gee, I wonder which one Ian is most excited about.
I know what I'm more excited about.
I mean, all of these games I am excited about. Marvel Spider-Man a bit less so, but if they do it right, it can be amazing.
So who wants to go first?
Either I think Wes or Sam should go first. I think me and Ian have talked a fair amount at the moment.
Yeah.
Sam, you go first.
You know the thing with these games? Let's just run down the platforms that they're available on, the prequels for them.
I'm seeing
Last
something
of
here.
Us, PlayStation. Red Dead Redemption, console. Monster Hunter, gonna be honest, I don't know about that.
I think it's on PC,
Spider-Man is sort of it's sort of an outlier in this category. God of War, PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what platform I have at home?
PC.
Yeah. So I have played none of these. However, the game that I am most excited about, purely because it will be available maybe on the PC, is Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rockstar, please.
I think Red Dead Redemption
fuck's
2,
sake.
Monster Hunter World, and Spider-Man will be on PC. No, never mind. Spider-Man is, I think, might be PlayStation only.
Yeah,
I might need to check that out.
I think 3, like Last of Us Part 2, Marvel Spider-Man, and God of War might be PlayStation exclusives.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. 2018, yeah, PlayStation, Spider-Man, PlayStation exclusive. Monster Hunter World.
That
check.
might be cross-platform.
Yeah, that's actually on all 3.
Yeah,
platforms.
PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows. So Red Dead Redemption 2, consoles
It's
only.
Also... Wait, is it?
Yep, PS4 and Xbox One only.
Damn, I thought they announced
Please.
Well, unless they pull a
this?
GTA 5 and eventually release it on PC.
Like, I guess they made too much money on GTA 5, so they're like,
Yeah, we don't want your stupid PC money.
Even though they got a bunch more money with the PC port.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, they
we
might
don't
release it
believe
later
you.
on PC, as is their
Yeah.
custom. They'd be like, oh, we'll get it out on console, and then 18 months later, oh, by the way, guys, we made a PC, and everyone's like, of course.
we made the PC.
And everyone buys their second copy because they want it on the PC, and they
And
make
then
double
there'll
the
be-
money.
Yep, and then there'll be online with microtransactions.
Yep, you can buy
Well, on
Buffalo
GTA 5,
cards
yeah, Buffalo.
for Red Dead Redemption.
You can buy a knife that'll make you skin stuff more.
Yeah, you get double the drops.
Yeah,
Special exclusive knife.
When you can pimp your car in GTA 5. Now you can get horse armor.
They stole that off someone else, goddammit. Maybe they're just like locking down the game as much as possible, so the modders are like, but my mods.
Nope, no mods for you.
Yes. The
How
whole
dare you
game is
change
encrypted.
our game?
It's a bit
You
sad.
have to
but,
you have to buy bullets with your money.
Go to your nearest gun store to buy virtual bullets. But we live in Hong Kong, we don't have guns. That's too bad.
Well, you lose. Goodbye.
Looks like you're gonna have to be bringing a knife to a gunfight. A lot.
Oh boy.
Well, I got a lasso too. I can do some lasso tricks in front of them.
It's all about the tomahawks.
I got the premium golden tomahawk. It homes in on my target.
And lets me see around corners.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I hope they don't do pay to win content. And
I don't know.
well, I mean, like GTA 5 didn't actually have pay to win. They just had real life virtual currencies transactions, and everything is basically millions of dollars. So
I mean-
yeah, not pay to win. You know?
I mean, I don't think shark cards are as game breaking as they are, though. I mean, like you can choose to pay for them if you want, but like, play enough games. I mean, like you get like 42
it's
grand.
basically paying
match.
to skip a bunch of grinding.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that's game breaking for you guys though?
No,
Would
I
it take
don't
the
care.
enjoyment out of
I
the
mean,
game?
not really.
If,
It's up to the
well,
players.
GTA
As long as I
Online
do
don't
that.
is
play with them.
GTA Online is kind of a different story though. Like you go in and you
Someone
want
blows
to
you
do a
up.
bunch of stupid shit, but you can't because other people have better guns than you, and then you need to go grind. And when you go grind, you're not doing the stupid shit that GTA is good for.
I feel like that might just be like for some playlists though, like for like free roam or like the random stuff you do there. But if you want to do like heists or if you want to like
That's
do
not-
like
That's
some of
not
the extra
so,
missions and stuff, or like if you want to do like races,
Yeah, that's
think
true.
it's-
Money
Of
matters
Of course,
less
like
for those things.
races, you still need to buy a good car.
I mean, not unless the race comes with like preset cards that you have to pick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
lots of them
they're-
actually do that.
Unless those races allow custom, then things get a bit absurd.
Yeah, exactly.
You can tell which race creator pays for stuff by their rule settings.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna allow all bikes, but the ones that can fly are definitely like.
Oh man, it's just like the Hagrid bike. I mean, like it just looks so insane. It's just like turbojet wings. Whee! All right, so Sam, you're going for Red Dead Redemption 2, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of disappointed completely now. But
Are you going to
you
change
know.
your vote to the only capable option that you have, which is potentially Monster Hunter World?
I mean, I might by default I have to because this is the shitty category, man. It's like
there's
not
no
eligible,
anticipation.
not eligible, not eligible, not eligible. I mean, okay,
Hey.
I'll pick this. I
How
guess.
about for the sake of this, let's pretend you do have a PS4 or at least a console or some way to play these games. Whether it's like whether like I don't know, Wes brings his PS4 to Scat or whatever, or you manage to get to play this.
Yeah.
What would you pick?
It would still be Red Dead Redemption. I have a soft spot for those sort of exploratory, open world type games.
I mean, fair enough.
So, yeah.
And Red Dead Redemption 1 was genuinely an amazing game.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very glad I shot that prick back into the river where he freaking belonged. That was very satisfying. But damn, that last scene for where Marston was in the shed and he just opens up and you have to dead eye as many cops as you can. Oh.
But it's no use.
Beautiful.
Take this.
It's the Halo level again.
So Red Dead Redemption 2. All right, how about you, Wes?
Well, Last of Us, I was never interested in it. Red Dead Redemption, I have never played one. Monster Hunter World, most likely contender because like finally I get to play a Monster Hunter game not on the 3DS. Spider-Man, I'm really intrigued. It looks like Arkham Asylum. It looks like an Arkham game of Spider-Man. God of War, I never played any God of War games, so I feel like I'm going to lean more towards Monster Hunter World because I really, really want to play that game on my PC.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yes.
I mean, it's an amazing looking game. I mean, like those who've seen the trailers. Oh my days.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
Okay, so who wants to go next, Tristan or Ian? I feel like Ian might take a while, so Tristan, you go next.
I mean, all right, sure. To be honest, all of these games are on my radar. Having owned or am in current possession of a PS4, it's all within it's all within reaching distance.
All right, so Tristan is the most qualified for this category.
Yeah,
hey, I have a PS4 too.
The Last of Us, man, I really dug the first one. I mean, a lot of people thought there wasn't much gameplay to it. Fair enough. But I thought it delivered a really powerful story. I think Naughty Dog did really well, making like the bond between the two characters and making you feel for them, even though you didn't really have to do. I mean, like it could have been fine as a movie. I would have wanted a second film because I thought the amount of tension the game built, the way they introduced the characters, the way they kind of played with the player, that kind of roller coaster of emotions and the sort of pseudo choices that you have to pick. Man, ooh, what a game! I thought it was really great. Part 2, totally looking forward to. Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh my days! I played the ever living crap out of Red Dead Redemption 1, and I played a bit of Red Dead Revolver. Man, that's another game I'm looking forward to, purely because I love the setting. Few games do Wild West well, but man, Rockstar did it amazingly. And come on, I want to skin me some bears. Bear Claw Camp was oh boy, what an area. Monster Hunter World. I've never played a Monster Hunter game, but this looks amazing. I mean, come on, you're hunting dragons and T-Rexes and giant turtles and lizards and sheep and amazingness. Come on, it's man versus kaiju. How can you not like? And you're like wielding
Don't
massive
forget your
swords.
cat part.
Yep, the cats are the best.
Marvel Spider-Man. As Wes put it, if it's like Arkham Asylum but Spider-Man, it would be amazing. It'd be great.
Lots of people I heard like they want the kind of web slinging part to be more, web slingy.
we want the web slings to web sling.
We want the intended thing to work as intended.
No, like the thing is, like the previous Spider-Man games, like apparently they made the web sling to auto-directed, so you're kind of just like holding a button and then he's like going forward. Whereas in some other games, the older ones, the web slinging was actually like you have to time when you let go and then shoot again and then let go and shoot again. And lots of people found that very tedious, but the critics said that was like, oh, that's what makes Spider-Man Spider-Man. And so lots of critics want that back, at least.
I think what's important is that they make, it's gonna sound really cliche. It makes you feel like Spider-Man. I think you kind of want like the best of both worlds. Maybe not so auto, but you want it to feel like you're swinging around rooftops and you're like it makes you feel like you have momentum when you make the swing.
Yeah.
I think that's why critics like the whole like timing thing, because it made you feel like you carried like enough like distance and momentum. It made you feel a bit more like Spider-Man, even though it was a bit tedious. But that's what Spidey's got to do, man. Got to get the right angle. It's all about that fulcrum.
Yeah, so that's what I heard about Spider-Man, at least.
That's the general consensus I gathered too. And for God of War, I mean, Kratos has a beard now, and it's all about smashing Norse gods in the face. It's Dad of War. It really is Dad of War. Like Gabby. And if it's time to put the gods in their place. Oh man.
Again.
Oh, I can't wait. I really don't know. It's such a big toss-up for me. God of War looked amazing. I think the least on my list would have to be Spider-Man. Okay. I don't know what would be my number one pick. Honestly, they could all be great. But I am leaning towards either Red Dead Redemption 2 or Monster Hunter World. Purely because their experiences, I feel like I don't really like get too often. Like GTA 5 is like pretty much the closest thing I can get to when I play Red Dead Redemption. But I can't get that cowboy feel no more. There's only been one great cowboy game that came out, and that was Red Dead Redemption, in my opinion, at the very least. And Monster Hunter World will be my proper chance to play a Monster Hunter game. So.
And for me, it's just Monster Hunter World, because like every time I watch a new trailer of it, I'm like, oh my god, this is so awesome. This is like so awesome. Like I just can't stop drooling over it. And there was a new trailer today. It's the Japanese trailer, and they showed off some of the weapons and the movesets. It's all the returning weapons. So basically there were always 14 weapon types since Monster Hunter Generations, and they're all returning in Monster Hunter World. And they've added some cool moves to it as far as I can see. And so like there's a light bowgun, and the light bowgun you can actually do like slide and stand up and shoot now. So it looks
that sounds cool.
Yeah, before when in the previous generations, like I'm not a big light bowgun user, but as far as I can tell, you have to roll and then you have to aim and then you have to shoot.
Yeah, that was the thing with the ranged weapons I did not like
Yeah,
in previous Monster Hunter games. They did not feel fun. You just felt too heavy and clunky.
Yeah. But so now you can actually aim while you're sliding and then shoot while you're sliding. Apparently, the shooting stops your sliding, but once you get back on your feet, you're already done shooting basically. So it feels more nimble now, and that looked pretty awesome. And another thing that really intrigued me was that they now have extra coatings that cloaks basically that your character can pull over yourself, and so there's like a cloak that hides you from monsters, and then there's a cloak that's full of chimes that makes noises to attract monsters, and there's a cloak with lots of studs that supposedly makes you harder to knock down, and also there's a cloak that makes you ride the air currents and fly over the areas. So those looked really interesting.
Yeah, that last one exists in real life.
But yeah, the thing is, like, Monster Hunter is it's still Monster Hunter, but they're adding lots of new gimmicks to it, and I really look forward to that. And like I'm really big into that really heavy, impactful combat that Monster Hunter is known for. So it's like you swing a weapon and it takes 2 seconds to recover, but it feels impactful. So what? And yeah, so that's why I really like. I'm really looking forward to the PC release.
Yeah, I just can't wait to play on my PC.
Plus, it's the first time it's looked good in how many decades now?
Yeah, Monster Hunter in HD, 4K.
The monsters actually have details now.
But at least your character still looks stupid when he runs.
Definitely. Hey,
I remember
the character customization is much better this time around.
Yeah, I remember when there was the review trailer for Monster Hunter, people was like, "Whoa, what is this? What is this game? This looks so pretty." And then when the character starts running, it's all this is Monster Hunter.
Yeah, well, they aren't that stupid.
Yeah, but it's iconic.
I mean, I want to see you run like that in freaking heavy ass, bulky ass armor.
Right?
Good luck.
Like,
you're basically a walking fortress. I mean, come on now. You've got like giant ass pauldrons and a massive 20-foot long sword. I mean, I'd expect you to walk a little funny too.
Yep. All right. Are we moving on?
Oh yeah. Okay. So roll call for me. Monster Hunter World.
Me, Monster Hunter World.
I'm gonna have to go for Red Dead.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back in Tristan on Red Dead.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
There we go.
Our first split decision of our category.
Yeah.
Democracy. How does democracy work when it's 50-50?
No, I mean it doesn't. That doesn't. This is just our opinions. We're not the actual jury here.
It's Monster Hunter World.
Okay, moving on.
All the way.
Okay, moving on. Best multiplayer. Who wants to call these out?
For outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre. Fortnite, Call of Duty World War II, Splatoon 2,
Woo!
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe,
Woo!
Destiny 2, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone got an opinion they want to weigh in first? Anyone got something dying they got to get off their chest? Wes, how about you start?
I'm editing right now. You guys start first.
Oh wow,
Alright.
way to dodge the question. All right, did you want to say something, Ian?
Yeah, I love hate. I love hate PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I love hate it so much. I hate it. But it's got this addictive thing going on. So, and I hate that it's full of hackers. It's always full of hackers now.
I mean, that's the thing with like the popularity of the game, right? But I think the true gem of PlayerUnknown's Battleground is that kind of rush you get when you start, the players are going down and you're one of the last few remaining, and you're like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Yep. It's like 40 minutes of, or maybe 20, or like maybe 10 whole games of you getting really mad at people headshotting you from distances you can't even see or hear. And it's all for that one moment that, oh, there's just 2 teams left and I'm one of the 2. It's just for that thrill. All for that thrill.
All for you to stumble at the end and come in at number 2 and be like, fuck!
Exactly. But, I really like the standoffs in that game, but I just really hate how people can snipe you off from a distance without you hearing them.
I mean, it's like, oh, I parachuted in. Oh, all that's near me is some pants and a pistol. Oh, I parachuted in. Hey, would you look at this? A sniper rifle with a 8x scope? Oh, I don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
Ghillie suit? Okay.
Level 3 armor and helmet. Oh, look, there's a guy with a pistol and no armor. No, I wonder what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shoot him. Yep.
No, you beat him up just to show you don't need the extra stuff.
Yeah. It's all about the pan warfare, am I right?
Yep. Yeah. It's the frying pan.
Okay. I feel like we should go by but as we go game by game. So do anyone else want to keep talking about PUBG?
I think we've kind of covered it pretty well. It's got great multiplayer. There's
just
kind
filled
of
with hackers.
I mean, hackers aside, if you get that perfect game, right? Really low lag, like next to no lag. People who actually want to play the game as opposed to like hack. You get the odd trash talker here and there, but it's all about, it's got that unique like arena tension,
Yep.
And it's really hard to like get a game that kind of has that same feeling, especially if you're in a full lobby of like 100 players, right?
Yeah.
And you're down to like, even like getting to like 50, you're like, well, I'm one of 50 people remaining. I'm already, half the people have already died and move on to another game. I mean, like, I'm still here, and then you get to 40 and then 30, and then when you're in 20, you're like, oh, okay. And then you're at 10 and you're like, oh gosh, the arena's really small. And then I think it does a really good job in like conveying that sense. And for the most part, the game is pretty slick. Yep. You've got some annoyances here and there. It's still being worked on. There's still content being added, but as a multiplayer experience, I think it's very solid.
Yep, I agree. And one of the minor annoyances I have is, of course, you can't jump over fences. You can't vault over fences yet. So I'm just gonna wait till they patch that in. They've promised that since what, March? They've promised vaulting over fences for so long. I still can't vault over fences. I'm still getting stuck. So
I mean, that's a fair grievance. Hey man, sometimes that fence can save your life. You vault over it, you start getting shot. You're like, oh god, and then you die.
Sometimes you jump, you swear you have jumped over it, and then you kind of just bounce back, and then you get headshots. So,
yep. It can be painful. I think just a quick segue into Fortnite. I think Fortnite kind of achieves a similar thing.
But okay.
I mean, like going from
the rest of us, man.
No, I mean like going from. Oh, did you want to talk about PUBG?
I just want to talk about how I just don't get it. I don't get the popularity of it. Like again, I said it before on other streams. China loves it. It hit
Yeah.
this battle royale game hit the jackpot, and yeah, now it's so popular. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, no, two things I want to add on is one, on Steam, it's sort of 70% in the last month.
Yeah.
And two, it's still in early access.
Yeah, why is it here if it's in early access?
I think that's a very good point.
Yeah, if that's the case, this game is not finished.
Yeah, but it sort of makes it a little more prestigious, right? Yeah, we made the Game Awards and we didn't even finish the game. The game is just that good.
Yeah, by the time we finish the game is gonna be bad. We're gonna have loot box, microtransactions.
Wait,
Yeah, now you get to start with the sniper rifle. As opposed
you know,
to
you
having to
guys
look
joke
for-
about this. Well, why do I get a feeling that PUBG might get that?
I don't
Don't
think
they
it
have
will.
loot boxes for like cosmetic stuff?
Yeah, they do. But yeah, it's all cosmetic right now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah,
course-
you were talking about like what school outfits being absurdly pricey or whatever.
Yeah, skirts. Oh, look, a mini skirt. Oh, 2,000 Hong Kong dollars. I don't know if it's still 2,000 today, but
I don't
think-
really want to Google mini skirts. So.
well,
Because it's
something
such a
like
like,
three-
you just search
300
up like
US, I
PUBG
think.
most expensive items or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like 300 US if I remember correctly.
I mean, but cosmetic items at the end of the day are what they are. They're just cosmetic, right? I mean, just look at TF2.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
oh my days.
Don't you love your glorious hat simulator?
I mean, I do have some pretty decent stuff thanks to Shinny, but you know, that's for another time.
Oh yeah, but yeah, talking about TFT stuff also another time. Anyway, do you want to segue to Fortnite, or Sam? Do you want to say something more about PUBG?
No, I mean I haven't played it, but I mean it's popular. I don't really particularly understand the genre. Personally, not my thing, but hey, people like it.
Yeah.
I guess like the one thing I want to say is the company that makes it have really put all their hopes on this because the company is PUBG Corp. So if it fails, it kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, like, but at this point, they've earned
They've
so
made it,
much.
yeah.
I mean, it's a bit hard to fail. You know, you're gonna have to pull
If
an
it
EA
fails,
level
they're
of.
like, well, I guess we'll retire now with all the money we've made.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we're starting to peak. Time to kick back and relax.
Well, just unplug the server and.
I'm not too happy with how they sold themselves to Tencent.
I know.
Like, PUBG, Tencent is that China mega car.
Yeah, they do everything.
Yep. And Tencent was gonna buy out PUBG, and then the developer came out and said, "No, we're never gonna sell to Tencent," and then they sold themselves to Tencent.
Hey man.
I mean, like, all right, you've got a $1 billion paycheck waving in front of your eye. You're gonna take it, but still, if you're gonna take it, then don't say you're never gonna take it.
I mean, but then again, it's $1 billion. How many people are in PUBG Corp?
I don't know.
If it's 100 people, which it's not, I mean, how much is $1 billion across 100 people? A stupid amount, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
1 billion divided 100.
It's
10 million.
enough. It's enough to kick
Retire.
back. Exactly. I mean, it's enough to put your kids into college. You know, that's it. You know, that's their college fund done.
That's all the money got. Sorry.
I mean, but that's the thing, right? Like, why? Like, you know, even though it's like, yeah, sure, they might have sold themselves to Tencent, but I mean, that's ultimately their choice to make. Whether it's ethical or not is up for debate. But is it a proper like $1 billion deal?
I think so, and it's just I don't like Tencent.
Oh,
Tencent's ruined everything.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
know
are
I
they as
lied
bad
to
as
you
EA?
guys. But at least I'm rich.
It's like
Yeah.
the EA of China.
Sure.
Oof.
Except I feel like, well, maybe EA is worse now. I don't know.
I mean, I
Back
don't
then
know.
they were definitely worse than EA, but today I'm not sure.
I mean, EA just lost $3 billion from their stock, so
That's
gotta hurt
not
somewhere.
talking about that. Let's just keep going, guys. We're doing really too
Alright.
much.
We're gonna derail
Fine.
too
Well,
far.
we'll segue over to Fortnite, and the reason why I want to do that is because I feel like Fortnite's got a very similar. Well, at least the popularity of Fortnite, in my eyes, is coming from the Battlegrounds-esque gameplay, the sort of battle royale, go down back to the last man standing, and just like a different format. I mean, I know there's like that other side where you have to fight against the hordes of zombies, but I don't really see that as much. I don't see people playing the sort of co-op version as much as they are playing the.
Yeah, I always thought Fortnite was that mode. I didn't know about the battle royale stuff until much later.
Yeah, because I think they released it as like DLC or something, and then when they did, people just started playing Fortnite because it was different.
Apparently, like, wait, where did I hear this? But Fortnite is not as good as PUBG. People say, like, it's even more riddled with bugs. Apparently, I don't
Isn't
know.
Fortnite also another early access game?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Let's see.
God damn it! Why?
Initial release date 2018. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Can we just not have any early access game on here? Let's just discount them.
So, are we gonna discount PUBG and Fortnite for best multiplayer?
Yeah, because like, is that the same thing with like in the previous years of Overwatch? People gave a game of the year when I was in beta.
Yep, they did.
Feels a bit disingenuous.
Well, like, at least you can play through what they currently are right now. So, I mean, I don't know. Overwatch never really gripped me. But anyway,
we're not talking about Overwatch right now.
So I don't know about Fortnite. I've only heard middling things about it, so I'm not sure why it's here.
Mainstream.
Right.
Yeah, no, like the only thing I know about it is the only thing I've seen is the co-op stuff. That's sort of a run around, collect materials, base building game. It's very different.
Mm-hmm. But I thought, like, yeah, I just, when it was first released, I heard lots of negative things about it, and then now it's kind of gotten better. And so my impression of it, I thought it was a pretty bad game.
Yeah, it's the one game on this
I heard
list,
it was like a broken game.
Yeah, which I was like, Fortnite, Google that, and then 5 minutes later, oh, it's this game that came out, and I totally forgot about.
Yeah.
I was not expecting Fortnite to be on the Game Awards list.
Right? Like, oh, surprise entry. Maybe they.
I mean, not even. It was just like, you voted for this?
So, do you guys want to talk about Call of Duty World War II?
Yeah, like, I've only heard bad things for Call of Duty.
Yeah, I only heard bad things.
I'm gonna have to say the opposite because I've played Call of Duty World War II quite a lot, and I find it very refreshing.
Oh, okay.
Black Ops 3, I think, was an eyesore.
Yeah, okay.
I play a fair amount of COD. I played the ever living crap out of 4. I played a little bit of 2. I played the ever living crap out of World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, and then that sort of derailed from there. But then I picked up Black Ops.
Once Ghost
3.
happened, oh no.
Yeah, Ghosts happened. That wasn't great. Infinite Warfare, I've never touched. Black Ops 2 was pretty awesome. I quite like that, but I didn't like Black Ops 3 because I thought the extra degree of movement was a bit too much, and everything was super saturated. I couldn't tell what was happening half the time. It was far too fast paced for me simply because people can double jump and jetpack around, on top of the fact that everyone's running around everywhere, super sprinting and like ground pounding, and it was way too much. Too much was happening too fast. But that's just me. I'm not that old. I'm 20, but holy crap, it was way too fast. But what I really liked about World War II was they pulled that back a bit. You've got your dolphin dives and you've got your running, but it felt like a much more cohesive Call of Duty experience for me. And I do like my shooters. I do like my first-person shooters. I talked about Doom previously and how I really liked it because it was a solid experience. I thought World War II, in my opinion, was a solid experience. Yes, it was a bit rocky in the beginning with like some like server troubles and some connection issues, but in my opinion, I think they solved that kind of quickly. And I'm not those guys who like binge like every day. I only play like, if my sister's around, we play a couple of games of split screen here and there. Maybe I'd play a couple games by myself if, no one else is in the house or whatever. But I don't see like any like in terms of the multiplayer, the progression is fine. I don't think anything is too game breaking. Like there are some guns that are a bit stronger than others, but the base guns will see you through for the most part. If not, the base classes will get you through just fine. Progression is fine. There are some microtransactions, but they only added that recently. It's only for cosmetic items too, so that's fine. You do get some. You every now and then in the boxes you get some XP buffs, but they only last for one game, so it's really inconsequential.
And XP, and I mean, does XP really matter in that game?
Not really.
It's just for unlocking guns, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And honestly, you can be level 1 and you can kick ass, even though the other teams got like 10th prestige level 65. Like, if your skills as a whole are rock solid, you'll do fine in this game. Honestly, that's what I really like about like a lot of first-person shooters. Is just if you have a good skill set, you don't need guns to push you over the boundary and to do good. So it's what I like. I like to think I have a pretty decent skill set when it comes to shooters because I play them a decent amount. And I thought World War II was pretty good. It was enjoyable. I've clocked in like 30-ish hours, I think.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. It's kind of sad to say that like all of those things you mentioned are obviously good points, but it's sad to think that back in the days, those were just what makes a core shooter playable. And today it's like so coveted. Oh gosh, it has no pay to win, there's no microtransactions. Oh, that's enough to make a game of the year.
I mean, given your vast experience with the COD franchise, how does it compare to some of the earlier work? Because like the multiplayer everyone's always sort of spouting was the best ever. Was it Modern Warfare or Black?
Yeah, Modern Warfare had the best multiplayer.
Yeah,
I think, in my opinion, I really liked Modern Warfare 2.
Yes, Modern Warfare 2 was the Call of Duty that I played the most. If you look at my Steam profile, apparently it's one of my most like up there on my like top 10 most played games. Because
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It was because what year were we in? Like middle school or something like that?
Yeah. Middle school.
And I just remember like having some of the guys come over and we just play game after game after game, and it was just a lot of fun. Like it kept it simple. Some people know them better, like YouTubing, all that stuff, spamming the javelin or whatever. But it well, in the end, I had a lot of fun with it. The shotguns are fun. I always love shotguns in shooting games, and
Oh my god.
the Spaz 12, my god. Even though it's pump action, I still love that gun. I have like such a guilty pleasure gun. People say it sucks, but I get the most kills out of it.
Oh no, it doesn't suck at all. It's one of the strongest shotguns in the game. Oh my god.
Where
Yeah,
have I
the
been?
Spaz 12?
hours.
Where have I been
it's-
hearing that?
Oh, which one? The
One
Spaz
of-
12 being strong.
Yeah.
I've played it from experience. If you just put on like FMJ, you don't even need to put on FMJ. You just hip fire and you can shoot people from like a third away from the map.
I put an ACOG scope on my Spaz 12.
I mean, it really didn't matter. You could. You'd still get kills. It was amazing. It was a very strong gun. The only broken thing, in my opinion, I think if I remember, was the model 1887s, which were, it's kind of like that old school shotgun that with the lever action that you can spin around like in Terminator. When not World War II, when Modern Warfare 2 first came out, there was a bug with that shotgun, which you can only get when you hit like the later levels, like 56 or something like that. And the bug was basically stupid range. There was a map called Derail. It's pretty much like, I think it's the longest map in terms of like sight ranges, and you can basically kill people from halfway across the map on that game, standing on the other end, because that's how broken the shotguns were. I think they forgot to tweak the ranges, and the lethal range was half a map away on the longest map in the game.
I mean, that's kind of realistic if you think about it. Shotguns in real life can go pretty far.
That's true. It's true, but in a video game, I mean, it was pretty painful. If you can out-snipe sniper rifles with a shotgun.
Hey, I'm a shotgun sniper.
Yeah, I mean, oh my god, it was painful.
There's a reason why I put that ACOG scope on.
It was to reel it in a bit. Yeah, I think World War II is a pretty solid experience. I don't know if it stacks up to as well as the older games, but I think it was definitely a right move to kind of reel it in back a bit to kind of take it away from sort of all this free movement. I mean, a lot of people like the free movement. Sure, people could vault, people could run on walls, but if you're going into like a 6v6 match, right? I want to make sure I can see, like, you know, people in front of me and maybe people on like some rooftops. I don't want to have to worry about people running on walls, double jumping, jetpacking around. You know, there's enough to do that I don't want to have to look at 5 different places because of, you know, instead of having like a 180-degree plane of view, or like, you know, if there's a ground, people will be on it. I don't have to look in the sky and see someone coming down with like a dual pronged ground pound that'll insta kill me if I, you know, didn't dodge roll out of the way or jetpack into the air myself. Yeah, it was so ridiculous in my opinion. And all the colors were so saturated. It was like it's as if like someone like vomited color onto all the maps. There was no consistency.
See, they took player feedback in consideration, and they just tried to make up for all of the old games at once.
I think that's kind of what they did.
Okay, I guess the fan base does not like color. We're back to grayscale.
I mean, but it works though. It works. Like it, yeah, sure. It's snowy. It's gritty. Oh, at least I can see what a Nazi looks like. And I can shoot the Nazi.
I guess I did not see that come.
My god. But yeah, they also added a pretty neat mode called War mode, or War, I guess, and it's basically Rush from Battlefield. But you know, play the objective, you get points, you win. It was fun. Yeah, like I said,
wow,
in my opinion, World War II is a. I mean, you'd be surprised. Some people do, but then again, you'd also be surprised. You wouldn't be surprised because a lot of people just want to get kills, and it hurts when you have to plant a bomb and no one wants to plant the bomb, even though they're standing right next to it. Oh,
you gotta stack that KDA for your EP.
Oh, shut the hell up!
Alright, Sam, do you want
move on to the next game.
do you have any Call of Duty stories?
Nah, man. What we played at school was Counter-Strike, so
Yep.
I see.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to something more colorful. Back to the color.
Splatoon 2.
2.
Speaking of,
Hey. Ian, do you want to talk about this first, or do you want me to talk about it first?
Yeah, I can talk about alright. I got the Wii U solely for Splatoon, and I got the Switch partly for Splatoon 2, really. And Splatoon 2 is a really good game, but to me it doesn't stack up to Splatoon 1 so much, because apparently the thing is that the tick rate for the weapon damage receiving and firing, all these tick rates aren't as frequent as Splatoon 1. So what happens?
Explain what is a tick rate.
Alright, so what happens is the server does a count every every few milliseconds. It does a count for what's happening on the game, right? And so what you see on your game screen, the client takes into account, but the server only counts it every so and so milliseconds, basically, or shorter than that. But so the more frequent it is, the smoother the experience is. And apparently they lowered it a bit in Splatoon 2 compared to Splatoon 1. So as a whole, what this caused was in Splatoon 2, you would get a lot more double KOs. I shot this guy first, but he somehow still managed to kill me because tick rates counted a bit slower. Whereas in Splatoon 1, there was a problem, but it was less of a problem. So this really made Splatoon 2 a bit less enjoyable for me. I hadn't played in a while, so I can't say that it's still the same, but so that's why I couldn't get into Splatoon 2 that much compared to Splatoon 1. Mind you, it's still a great game, and the single player campaign was much better than Splatoon 1. It's just that the multiplayer aspect of it. Plus, having lost all the progress from Splatoon 1 and coming in not really being on
Not as
par
fresh.
with what I was. So I played a bit of ranked, and I realized back in Splatoon 1 I was an S rank player, right? So
But now you get a chance to be X rank 3 times.
And now I kind of can't compete with C- people.
Oh shit.
So that's how far
C- is the beginner's rank, by the way.
Yep. So I'm having trouble climbing out of C. So back then I was S. So you can see how salty I got over that, really. So that's part of the reason why I haven't playing it as much.
No, I'm looking at this, and Splatoon 2's tick rate is 16 times a second.
Yep.
What the fuck?
That's a huge problem actually, because in casual matches it doesn't matter, but in ranked matches, a double KO can mean if you're winning, it can mean your team wins even more because you KO'd an opponent before they even though it's you supposedly lost, but you KO'd an opponent, then you gain an advantage. Or it's fair, but it's also not very fun.
I just remember having squash matches where my team just camped the enemy spawn.
Yeah, there are matches that are so unfair. That's true, but yeah, it's just that the tick rate.
If the tick rate is so low, clearly they're going for a more casual audience.
Yeah, but they're also pushing the esports side of it. So
right.
Yeah,
so
it's confusing.
It's a bit paradoxical. It's not like Nintendo doesn't have the money to upgrade their servers.
I think they're just oblivious to it.
Damn, because I'm looking at it. 2 is at 16, right?
Yeah.
1 was at 25.
Yeah. And that extra 9 tick rate made a huge difference in terms of how smooth it played, really.
Anyway, technicality aside, I enjoyed the game. I had a lot of fun with the game, and playing like ranked mode, casual mode, salmon run. I love salmon run. Salmon run is pretty much the horde mode in that game. Like salmon run is like the thing I always keep going back to. It's Splatoon 2.
Salmon run is awesome.
Yeah, but oh my god, I don't know if I have a love-hate relationship with this game because salmon run is great. Why is there a schedule, and why are there some hours where I can't play, and why are there some hours where I can play it? Why?
Yeah. Well, it's trying to force people to play the other modes as well, because they know salmon run is the best thing
there. And ranked, I know people like. I know it gets a mixed reaction with the three different game modes and ranked being separate rankings, but I have no complaints about it. It gives me like sort of motivation to play that certain modes. Like I never played Rainmaker in Splatoon 1. Like Rainmaker was like the mode I avoided in Splatoon 1. But now I got a chance to actually play it in 2. I realized, wow, I actually really like this mode. Because like I like when I decide to play a heavy splatling, it is a lot of fun for me. Because like I just stay back, just unleash bullet hell on people. Like they're all fighting for the Rainmaker, but a fully charged splatling can like break that Rainmaker open. It's like, oh, that's amazing. But yeah, like games go by so quickly where I don't get mad. I don't get mad by losses. And even when I do win, I get so excited. It's like, yeah, I did it. DX chop, or something like that. Yeah, I just like it really brought back like the fun of the reason why I play so much Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. It really brought that feeling back. So for this category, I would give Splatoon 2 my best multiplayer game. For Mario Kart 8, I'm not counting Mario Kart 8 as a freaking remaster. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, me neither. So I'm actually gonna count Splatoon 2 as my best multiplayer game as well, even though I didn't like it as much as 1.
I'm just guy I can play on my room.
Sorry, what?
I said purely because it's better than the other choices on this list.
Yeah. Well, it's still a great game, and I still love the whole theme. Like, I think Inklings are like the best Nintendo character ever, and like the whole theme of Splatoon is just awesome. It's just
I love the theme.
Yeah, it's just that Splatoon 2 wasn't as fun as Splatoon 1 for me, and that's down to the technicalities of it. So yeah.
So we're obviously not going to talk about Mario Kart 8 because we're not counting remasters. We're not counting early access, and we're not counting remasters. New games only, damn it. New finished games, damn it. I mean, Tristan, you play Destiny 2, right?
I've only played Destiny 1.
Oh, so
I would have got Destiny 2.
Can anyone here talk about Destiny 2?
I can only speak from Destiny 1, and from what I've heard, the gameplay is, the gunplay at the very least, is pretty much the same. And if I have anything to go by, the Destiny multiplayer, when it was balanced, should be pretty good. I played it a lot when I played Destiny. It was kind of my guilty pleasure game because, well, when it was like the next Bungie game, right? And Bungie made Halo, and it was supposed to have an amazing story, and it didn't. Yada yada yada. I've had my buyer's remorse already, so that's why I didn't get Destiny 2. But my 2 cents on the issue, if I could weigh in at Destiny 2, I would probably say it's probably got a decent multiplayer, because the multiplayer is not only competitive, it's also co-op. You've got your raids, you've got your the story, if they did the story any better. They've got strikes. There's a lot of emphasis. They tried to do a lot of emphasis on getting new players and old players to work together, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So on paper, it should be good. How it works out, I'm not so sure. But if I know my competitive pretty solid, because the gunplay is pretty solid. Whether the raids and the strikes are any good, if they're balanced or whatnot, that's up for debate for people who've actually played the game. But from, I don't know, I'm attempting to use Destiny 1, do anything on Destiny 2. I can't. It's not even going to be my best multiplayer because it's going to be World War II because it's the game I've actually played the most.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen some gameplay of Destiny 2.
I've heard lots of controversies on Destiny 2. Like how they limit your XP gain, and when you've grinded like a mission for a while, your EXP gotten from the mission would be 4% of what's advertised.
Oh god, that's painful.
So yeah, like just purely based on the fact that they did these kind of shitty things, I got a sour taste in my mouth, just even though I don't play it, I never bought it.
I mean, it's Activision, I tell you. It's new Bungie and Activision. They ruined it. They ruined it.
$500 million.
So sad.
But I mean, in a way, out of all of these, it is the most multiplayer-y game.
Yeah, it is.
Ironic that you say that. I always keep hearing people talk about how Destiny 2, like they say it's like an MMO shooter, but the MMO part really lacks.
I mean, but it's not really an MMO though. I mean, you see a lot of people, and a lot of people play, and it's got like a hub world, but it's not massive multiplayer online. It's got lobbies. It's got your 12v12, or I think it's 4v4 now. You've got your 6-man raids, your 3-man strike teams. It's more co-op than MMO, even though it feels like an MMO. It's not.
Yeah, no, like the one thing I do like about it, like Tristan said, is the sort of public event stuff where they're like, oh, there's a thing you have to defend and just players nearby can do this. Right? I think that's new. For Destiny, at least.
Like, talking about the good points and attempting to avoid all the bad points, it's got a pretty solid core, for what it's worth.
Okay.
If you align the stars and you get the right people and you're not lagging out and you've got like good raids and you've got a good team, the gameplay can be quite enjoyable.
Okay.
But again, this is if you quite like first-person shooters, right? If you don't like first-person shooters, this isn't for you. Plain and simple. But I feel like one of the strengths Destiny has is in its gunplay, because hand cannons feel like hand cannons. A minigun feels like a minigun. Impact-wise, you've got your scout rifles, your assault rifles, yada yada yada, and your shotguns, whatever. But I think that's the strongest part of it. Really feeling like you've got like power in your hands. And it's different from something like Call of Duty, where it's all about the time to kill. You put 4 bullets into a person's chest in Call of Duty, you expect them to die, Whereas in Destiny, you've got like your health bar, and that can regenerate, and you've got shields and like a sort of like pseudo like little tiny bit of health left at the end, and you have supers, and you have the time to kill is a bit faster than in the first Destiny, if I'm not mistaken, minus all the ridiculousness from the broken guns, but it's pretty balanced, if I'm not mistaken. I can't speak for the current meta at the moment, or if anything's stronger than anything else, but if I'm not mistaken, the gunplay is the strongest aspect of Destiny 2, aside from the whole sort of co-op multiplayer experience. And from what I've heard from various sources, it's pretty all right.
Okay.
Pretty
Most
all right.
middling of comments.
I mean, better than Destiny 1, but I don't know if it's super worth. It's basically what I'm saying. But the gunplay is good. Gameplay is good. Overall, pretty all right.
Okay.
All right, so that's all for their category. So roll call again. Splatoon 2 for me.
Splatoon 2 for me.
World War II for me.
Can I like null vote?
Okay.
I'll fucking give it to Mario Kart. I don't even care.
Because you have played it, so.
It's the only one I've played. Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. Moving on to the next category, we have the best sports racing game.
Well, this is one I cannot chip in, so I'll let you
Yeah.
guys do all the work.
No, I can't either. I've played none of these.
Damn
I mean,
it.
Oh.
If only Kinson were here.
It's sport.
So the joke pretty much is like our professor, one of our game development professors, is into sports and racing games. So
GT Sport.
yeah, he really likes Gran Turismo.
Oh, fair enough. I know of Kinson. I briefly met him, and my sister had him as a teacher, a lecturer.
He was super disappointed with GT Sport.
Well, I guess it's safe to say we don't know anything about this category then.
Yeah.
Well, I can comment on this because I'm a weird guy who plays these kinds of games.
Go for it.
How
dare you?
You mean NBA?
Yes, and FIFA 18. Well.
Oh, you have FIFA 18? Oh, I did not know that.
No, I mean like. Wait, let me check. No, it is FIFA 17. But it's still the same game.
Get out of here. It's a totally different game.
Yeah, there's no El Tornado.
It's all different.
Yeah.
And the stats of the players.
I guess what they do every year is just like change a few numbers here and there.
Yeah,
like,
except they keep adding more microtransactions every game.
What do you mean? FIFA...
The NBA 2K18. Oh, look at his microtransactions. Oh, your character sucks. Oh, and you spend real money to make him better.
Oh my god, it's so
you
painful.
Want to grind? Oh, if you want to grind to make him strong? Oh, okay, play 1,000 games to make him good.
He's not exaggerating.
I know from past experience of playing NBA 2K16, it is such a grind to get your guy to be at least decent.
You want to be good?
Can't have nice
Get good.
The only thing I know about 2K18 is its career mode is pretty interesting.
Yes.
But it's got an unskippable 10-minute intro sequence.
Yeah, that's what sucks about it. I don't know why. It's a thing of every 2K game. I don't know why they like to have unskippable cutscenes. Where it's a freaking sports game. Who cares about the story?
Yeah, this is why you go on PC. Is you can go into the games directory and just delete the cutscene videos, and the game will just skip them.
I remember seeing this screenshot for NBA 2K18 where the guy scores 200 in his career mode, and the SMS goes the pro goes you scored 200, not bad, but you can do better.
Man, that is a high skill ceiling, man.
Anyway, well, of course, I don't think anyone else really wants to talk about the other stuff. I mean, the FIFA game.
It's basically pinning the gold star that says "You tried" on it.
No,
you got 200.
This award, for my choice, is the only game where I hear no controversy about. Project Cars 2.
Oh yeah, Project Cars 2 is actually one of the ones Actually, it is the only one without controversies here, and it's the one that people actually like in terms of the general popularity of it.
Was one not the super hyper realistic game that people were like super hyped about, or was that Assetto Corsa?
Yeah.
There's so many of them now.
I remember Project Cars was, I remember like, I think Jurgen talked about it to me before it was called Project Cars. I remember that they like released like a demo of it, like a beta demo. And he had a lot of fun with it, and I was like, oh, I should try. I'll look out for this game. And I never got Project Cars 1. But 2 is interesting. It's interesting because like I used to play a lot of Forza Motorsport back when I had the Xbox original. That was like, oh my god, because I was like really big into racing games, and I really loved that game. But Forza 7 is in the same boat as GT, so can't really give it to that. So Project Cars 2, that's my choice for best sports racing game.
You know the issue that I have with this set of nominations is they're all sort of meant to be realistic.
Yeah.
Right? There's no sort of arcadey burnout style racing, which is a real shame. Because that's the type I enjoy. I enjoy crashing into opponents and having them flip over 3 times and blowing up.
Yeah, isn't that ironic? Because
the exciting part.
Oh, I say that ironic because look at this best sports game racing game description.
For the best traditional and non-traditional sports and racing game.
Yeah, non-traditional is on that, so it could have had like unrealistic sports or racing games on it.
But why?
I guess the only one was Need for Speed, though, wasn't it?
Even that's a little more interesting, that it doesn't completely destroy you for not sticking to the rules of no contact, and you have to pull in for an oil change every 6 laps.
Like,
or whatever.
take a look at this whole list of all the categories, and you'll realize that not a single game from Electronic Arts made it. So it's cause they done fucked up, yo. So
what are you talking about? We got FIFA in there.
Yeah, FIFA 18 is by EA.
EA.
Oh yeah. That's the only game from EA.
And even that is microtransaction riddled.
Yeah, so like I remember Need for Speed, the newest Need for Speed, whatever the subtitle is. That thing made people mad. Like
I'm not even keeping track of the Need for Speed games.
Yeah, but then the microtransactions on that thing was driving people mad as well. So I suppose that's why no one voted for it.
I mean, Trackmania 2 came out. That's interesting too. This year.
No.
I mean, at this point, I consider Mario Kart to be a more interesting racing game.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. Why is that not on here?
I mean, seriously. Come on now.
Why isn't Pyre on this?
Oh, man.
This is a shit tier. This is a shit list, and they should be ashamed of themselves.
All right. If no one's gonna weigh in anymore, unless do people do, or should we move on?
Fuck no.
All right. Okay.
moving on. Go.
Wait, quick roll call. Wes.
Project Cars 2.
All right. Okay. Ian, just pick one.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
All right, Sam, what you got?
Give me a second. I'm pulling up random.com.
Oh, all right.
Otherwise, okay, here we go. Google number 5. So, fucking Forza 7. Sure, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I gotta go for the Microsoft because they make computers.
I will use my dice and my dice tower that Wes gave me, and I will roll. What do we got here? Bam. I got a 6. FIFA 18. Bam, that's my pick.
Damn.
Damn, FIFA 18 is a good game.
They should just vote for this category like this, honestly.
Yeah, just roll a dice. This
Yeah.
one.
Okay,
Alright,
moving
okay.
on. Best strategy game.
Ugh.
Who
I
would
know
like
of
to read
all
this
these
out?
games, but I have not played a single one.
Who
You
would
haven't
like to
played
read this
Mario?
out?
Oh, I'll go for it. Best
Yeah,
strategy game. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. We've got XCOM 2, War of the Chosen,
Mm-hmm.
Tooth and Tail,
That's a good one.
Total War Warhammer 2, sort of
That's
redundant there.
good-ish.
Halo Wars
know,
2,
right?
and then Mario, do I say and or plus? Mario plus Rabbids equals Kingdom Battle.
That makes no sense.
Just kidding, there was no equals. That was an editorial addition.
So, yes, I am aware of all these ones, but who would like to chime in first?
Who's played games on this list?
I've played the original XCOM 2 and then by War of the Chosen.
Yeah, I only played XCOM. But I like Tooth and Tail's on my wish list.
Yeah, same.
Mario,
Total War Warhammer 2
I really want to get Mario and Rabbids XCOM. That's pretty much what that game is.
Total War Warhammer 2, I've seen my brother play through it. He loves the Total War series, and the battle scenes in that game are gorgeous. Well, all Total War game battle scenes are gorgeous. So yeah, I can say that Total War Warhammer 2 is a pretty good game.
I watch a lot of gameplay for Total War Warhammer 2, and I quite like Warhammer. Total War Warhammer 2 is on my wish list. I played the first one a bit, and yeah, I can say it's pretty good too. But continue, Ian.
Tooth and Tail, I have watched Total Biscuit stream a lot of it, and I have that thing just really intrigues me. The fact that you are like the Bannerman.
Yeah, you are the rally point.
Yeah, so you're the one that's going up and waving the flag around and telling people to do shit, and that you are restricted to one character as your cursor, makes it easier for people that aren't good at RTSs to enter into the genre, because
yeah, it's good for like people like a casual RTS, so to speak.
Interesting.
Yeah, but the thing is, because the terrains are not are fully randomly generated and not mirrored, so apparently that's not such a great thing. Like, there could be really biased maps where your opponent spawns in a valley which is surrounded by all high grounds, which means that you can just start building shit on top of the high grounds, and the enemies could never fight back, and they'll just get choked inside. So that's kind of the thing I have against it, but otherwise I think this is a really good entry for a strategy game, because I never had the actions per minute to play StarCraft. So,
I don't think any of us do.
Yeah, every time I see StarCraft, my mind is just boggled.
It's insane. It's insane. I mean, does anyone think they can even reach, like, I don't know how many actions? What, like 150 actions per minute?
I probably just accidentally delete my base.
I think my top before was like 90. So
if you're not discounting totally pointless actions, I can hit like 300 no problem.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. Yep.
I mean, like Cookie Clicker. I mean, I can hit just, I don't know, 500. No worries. Cookie Clicker. But you want me to play a strategy game and think?
What's your CPM, man?
I mean, but some people in StarCraft 2, they can hit over 600 APM. I mean, come on now. Come on now.
That's 10 APS.
Alright, I think my average was like 150 back when I really played. And I had some Korean friends in high school. And Korean guys are really
Bring
and,
on the
so,
stereotypes.
yep, and like they would have all their buildings hotkeyed, and then they would be like, the camera would be all over the freaking map, and then they wouldn't even look at how the battle is going. They would just take a glimpse at how the units are still green, so they'll just go to another unit and then like click, and then like half the time I don't know what they're doing, and then I think they have double my APM, and then I think they're at 300-ish. So I think at the max I was at 150.
Oh my god! I mean, just hearing about it is insane. I mean, it's a bit. We stereotype a lot, but they're in a league of their own. They really are.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, it's really bad to say, but I mean, they're just so good.
Yeah. And StarCraft is getting HD remaster. Is it out already?
Already HD. Why is it get remastered?
It's because StarCraft 1 was better than StarCraft 2 apparently, according to Korean friends I have.
Yeah. I was gonna be on the same boat as Wes. I'm like, I mean, StarCraft already looks good. Why does it need an HD remaster? Well, StarCraft 2, I mean. I'm pretty sure.
Anyway, forget about StarCraft. We did talk about the nominees, damn it.
Okay. War of the Chosen.
Pretty good. I played a little bit of it. I don't have it. I played a lot of XCOM 2.
Yeah.
XCOM 2 was solid.
Yeah.
I
am actually really
Go ahead.
I really want to get it as well. It's on my wish list as well. But the thing is, I lost one of my favorite characters in XCOM 2, and I just never got over that. Like it was it was whatchamacallit, what's the Ranger? Ranger was the guy with a melee weapon, right?
Yeah.
So my best Ranger, who usually goes up and like chops up 3 things a turn, went to chop up one of the little, I forgot what she was trying to chop up, but it turns out 98% accuracy wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
So she missed there, and then she died there.
Yeah, that XCOM luck.
I mean, it's true though. I mean, 90% chances miss an awful lot of times.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck this shit. And then I just never got back into it. Because, like, she was my best Ranger. I had no other Ranger that was on her level. And like, it made me so mad. Like, sad and mad.
Yeah, I haven't got XCOM 2 yet. I only play a lot of XCOM Enemy Unknown because I saved scum the hell of that game.
Aww.
I can't handle the stress, man. I just can't handle it.
Yeah.
And
I can feel you.
Yeah. In XCOM 1, I lost a Colonel Sniper, but then I got over it because he was the worst sniper I've ever had. Like, literally, a Lieutenant Sniper was doing better than him because his willpower was so damn low. Everything, just everything that goes against the party a little bit, and he panics. He panics the shit out of everything. And then he got headshot, and then I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna save scum to bring him back, even though he's a colonel.
Leave the body.
Yeah.
Take the gun back though.
I didn't even recover his equipment. That's how much I hated him.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Colonel Sniper. We never recovered the body. There were too many aliens.
Yeah, you got shot, and
There was nothing we could do. Cuts back to like he just sort of died next to the exfil point.
There's a scene of like just the commander just dousing his cig on his dead corpse.
Just leave him.
It's too far. 12 steps. Too far.
Oh.
Halo Wars 2, what is it actually?
I was surprised it made the list, actually. I didn't hear much about it. I love Halo. I loved Halo Wars, the first one. It wasn't like, the best RTS, but it was definitely enjoyable. I didn't play Halo Wars 2, but
I heard it was not good, the port.
The port was terrible, but I heard from some people that the game was pretty alright for the for consoles, because it was made to be played on consoles, not on PC.
I can never understand RTS on consoles, though.
Yeah, RTS console, put those two together does not make anything good.
Like, on the Wii U, I can understand because the touchscreen controls and shit.
Yes.
And on the Switch, maybe? No, not even on the Switch, because
the Switch can be touchscreen.
Yeah, but then it's only on the portable mode, so
you
can't really play on this. I just don't get how you control things.
It's a very niche market, but I think, at least for Halo Wars, the first one, it did it pretty alright. It got the job done. Because, as much difficulty as you're having, other people are also having the same difficulty, right?
I don't think that's a good way to... just because you are feeling shit about the game means that everyone else is everyone is alright. This game.
It didn't overcomplicate things. It didn't have to have too much stuff. And as an RTS, yes, there are other better ones, and yes, there are other ones that had, you could macro and micro the hell out of it, right?
Yeah.
But I think Halo Wars, I can't speak for Halo Wars 2, but at least in Halo Wars 1, they kind of understood that macro was ultimately the game, or the way people would be playing, less micro, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they translated that to Halo Wars 2. But I'm still, surprised to see it on the list. I mean, I would have thought there would be other strategy titles on here.
Where's Age of Empires 2 Rise of the Rajas? That's actually a thing,
Did that come out this year?
Sorry, what?
That came out this year? Was last year?
Let's see. Was it this year or last year? Let's see. Rise of the Rajas. It was released last year, December 19th.
Oh.
So it technically counts as this year, right? Because it's after December the 7th last year.
Oh.
You're not the judges.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's just move on. Mario plus Rabbids equals Kingdom Battle.
I mean,
that's the one that everyone was calling Mario XCOM, right? Initially.
Yeah, this is Mario XCOM.
Because it is Mario XCOM. That's the thing, though. I mean,
but with Mario, tactics, because you can jump on each other, you can run into people.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the Mario game had a lot more focus on movement than XCOM does. But
this one.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, with Mario XCOM, I feel like it's XCOM but fun.
Oh, that's sad. That's sad. Coming from a person who really likes XCOM, that's sad. Again, different tastes, sure.
I mean, yeah, I would get Mario plus Rabbids equals Kingdom Battle over XCOM 2.
Pains. Especially because Mario and Rabbids was so left field. No one was expecting it.
Who thought that this was going to be a good game? Seriously.
Not just that. I mean, Mario plus Rabbids. Where did this collaboration come from? I mean, I can see it. Okay,
I don't know.
Sure.
I guess Shigeru Miyamoto decided to go to Ubisoft and, I don't know, had French fries.
Give me your Rabbids. Okay. We now have Rabbids game, huh? It's a strategy, huh? It's like XCOM.
Yeah, Nintendo's really diversifying this year. Apparently there's a new Mario movie in the mix.
Sorry. Cut reaction.
Wait, what? What was going on?
It's just hearing about Mario movies. No.
Oh,
I mean, do we remember the Goombas? Does anyone know the Goombas from the original
Mario
Mario
movie? Oh God, no! Let's not have a reminder of that.
I don't remember.
Let's just not have a reminder
I
of
haven't-
that movie in general.
It was terrible.
Okay.
Just saying that it was a bad film. I mean, it's on par, if not worse, than the Mortal Kombat films. I mean,
What? The Mortal Kombat film was great.
Mother, you're alive? Yes. Too bad you will die.
That's Mortal Kombat 2, by the way, not the first one.
It doesn't matter. Mortal Kombat films, period. They were terrible, okay?
The first one was one of the best video game movies of all time.
I don't know, man.
That's not a very high bar.
It's not. It really isn't. I mean, is there a good video game film though? Oh, well, segue. That's off topic.
Save that for the end.
Yeah. Let's
Okay,
save that
so
for the end.
wait, do you have our choices?
What's your
I'll
choice,
go
Wes?
with XCOM.
I'm going Mario plus Rabbids equals Kingdom Battle.
Ian, you went for XCOM 2?
Yeah.
I'm going for Total War Warhammer 2.
I'm gonna pick Tooth and Tail because it's the most interesting.
Yeah, I
Damn.
really want to get Tooth and Tail. I think I'm going to get when the Winter Cell happens.
I mean,
Yeah.
the premise alone is amazing. I mean, it's like pseudo
Eat or
Russian
be
revolt.
eaten.
Exactly. They're all cannibals. My
No, they're just animals.
God.
Well, it's the first time I noticed that the rat character has an amputated arm. Huh.
Oh,
All right,
that's why he's the banner guy.
Next.
Pretty cool. Sorry,
all right.
Halo. Maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe don't have a bad port this time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Not judge the game on its merits of. Why not judge the game on the merits of the console or the platform it was intended to be played on?
Oh, I don't have
Why
it.
you gotta be so elitist?
PC is the only platform worth a damn anyways.
This is the
Yeah.
person who also. Oh no, I can't say that. Never mind.
Anyway,
Wait, no.
guys, we're going for the best family game, which is just a bunch of Nintendo games.
Yep. It's the best Nintendo game except Legend of Zelda. Pick one.
Hey, now Sonic Mania's on there.
But it's also on the Switch.
Oh, is
these
it?
are these are all on the Switch.
Oh, so this is best Switch. We may as well retitle it. So this
Best Switch
category is
game.
the best Switch game, except for Zelda, because nah.
Zelda's not.
Because Zelda is not family friendly, apparently.
I mean, you die.
A lot.
Yeah.
To be fair, you die in Sonic too,
I mean,
and you die in Splatoon too.
sure, but in Splatoon, it's all happy. Like, you get split into color and you respawn. In Sonic, I mean, you lose your rings and you kind of disappear. But that's just it, you disappear.
No, Sonic does like the jump and like oh no fall thing.
Yeah, but it's very lighthearted. In Zelda, it's
Yeah, like the
fade to
drowning
black.
sequence in
Oh,
Sonic
shit.
games.
Maybe not that.
So
Okay.
the two games we hadn't talked about in this category. Well, let's go through the titles first, right?
Yeah. We got
Yeah,
Splatoon 2, Sonic Mania, Mario plus Rabbids equals Kingdom Battle, Mario Kart 8, we're not doing that again, and Super Mario Odyssey. So, okay, but I'm going to look at the description of the family game. For the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform.
I feel like they could have omitted that second bit and been like on the Switch.
Yeah. Alright, so first off, I don't think Splatoon 2 is ever a family game.
Yeah, because like honestly,
Yeah.
if this is about a family game, wouldn't Mario Kart 8 be the most likely one to win this? Just in
I
terms of
mean,
Yeah,
technicalities?
because
I was about
that's
to say.
pretty much the only one that can be local multiplayer to a decent extent.
Yes, I mean Super Mario Odyssey. Yeah, someone could play as Cappy or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Which-
only 2 people.
Yeah,
Also, like, the person controlling Cappy is not going to be happy.
yeah. I mean in Sonic Mania, someone could play as Tails.
Hey, Tails doesn't die, so that's a pretty good thing.
Yeah, it carry you through the game.
I mean
Yeah.
Tails is pretty much, like the intention of Tails in the old Sonic games was the little sibling mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can just die all he wants and nothing will ever happen.
Uh-huh.
Nothing.
That's why Tails is my favorite Sonic character.
Yep. So yeah, the only one that actually fits in this category is actually Mario Kart.
It's
8
freaking Mario
Deluxe.
Kart 8.
Which
Oh
is
my
by
god.
default disqualified. So what are we gonna do about this, guys?
Well, it comes down to either Sonic Mania or Super Mario Odyssey.
I mean,
I say there is no family game in this era.
I mean, I'm gonna have to veto that and just say Mario Kart because
Yep.
regardless what you say, it's the only family game here.
I know.
Yeah.
I just don't know why the jury just couldn't think of any other family game that could be applicable to this.
I mean, okay, let's look at other family games that you'd pick.
Let's see. We can pick all the indie games on the Switch are actually like what's that called? Overcooked?
Yeah.
2016.
Yeah,
That came
I
out.
mean there's the Bomberman game.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
Raising Terrorists is awesome.
And then
Maybe not the best message to be sending at the current moment in the state of things.
I think I just got your stream flagged. We're sorry. It's gonna be watched from now on.
Ban.
I triggered the word filter.
here. But it's okay, we still got Sam's channel. Sam's channel isn't banned.
Yeah, just host Wes. Get more viewers.
Wait, a stream within a stream?
Oh, Streamception.
Oh, there's all the Lego games.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Like, what's a Lego game that came out this year?
Lego Worlds.
Bam.
The Marvel Superheroes 2.
There, I'd say that's a better family game. Again, it's only like what, 2 players? It's more.
You know what
family
else
than-
was a good family game? Just Dance.
That's very niche.
So is Rock Band, but you know,
Wasn't that last year?
I don't know. Lego Worlds. What the fuck is Light Seekers?
Whoa, no swearing in the best family game category.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Think of all the
Ukulele,
children
but
who
again,
might be.
that's...
Think of all the children who might be listening in on this category.
Yes, Sam G.
Think of the children, damn it.
All right, I don't think we have much to say in this category.
So,
to be
so to
honest.
summarize, we have Pyro from TF2 plays Call of Duty. Sonic. Pyro from TF2 plays XCOM. Then we have like the only viable game on the list, and then Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah,
All right.
it's Mario Kart. Mario Kart is the only
Yeah.
family game.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna have
Why
to
do
say
they
Mario
even
Kart.
have this category?
Because
For the kids.
apparently, or one of the other ones is gonna win.
I'm starting to defend like the best game for kids category.
Best game
If
for
it's for
kids.
kids, then it's different. If it's for kids, then
Yeah, if you're gonna say best game for kids, I would say like something like Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh God, no!
No.
Kidding
no.
me?
Well, for kids, why
You
not?
think I kick a
Mario
couple
game
head
evokes all the
that?
feeling.
Super Mario Odyssey is hardcore. Have you seen the speedruns of things?
Hey, this ain't
That's
Super
not
Mario
some.
Sunshine here.
That's not something a kid can do. Like they
Of
need
course,
to
a
get
kid's
on
not
our
gonna
level.
freaking speedrun things. This ain't well, but this isn't like getting over it. Okay, no one's gonna do it in like 3 minutes. All right.
The reason why I
Anyway.
pay $60 for this game so I can beat it in 3 minutes.
I think we all agree on Mario Kart 8. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, whatever. Sure. This kind of is.
Wow. I mean, Wes, do you pick a different game? Do you?
I don't know. Sonic Mania. I'm gonna get Sonic Mania.
There you go. Sonic Mania. I'd give it to Mario Kart 8.
Yep.
All right. Moving on.
Oh my god. Okay, next game. Oh, this is for me. Best fighting game.
All right, so let's go through. For the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat, we have Tekken 7, Nidhogg 2, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Injustice 2, and ARMS. So, Wesley, will you do the honor?
Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna what should I talk about first? Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I don't know why it's on this. maybe because they couldn't think of it on a fighting game, but yeah, it's a bare bones game. It's a the fighting itself I hear is really good, but in terms of content, it's very lackluster, and the story mode is very cringy.
Okay.
Nidhogg 2. I am not a fan of new design. I still don't like it. I
Me
feel
neither.
sick looking at it, so that's not good. If I feel physically
Wow.
sick playing a game, that is not a good sign. ARMS. I am really I'm surprised it's on this list, but it's like
I like ARMS though.
it's
Well, I
like
mean-
it never really got me because I just feel like
Yeah.
it's like a fencing game. If you think
Yeah,
about it.
true. It's not got the depth of a real fighting game.
Yeah, and
Does one of
I
the
feel,
characters in ARMS have legs for an arm?
what? No, you think about
No,
the
that's
one
just his.
the hair,
The cover
the
art
hair.
is very, very misleading.
Arms, foot.
It's
I-
like the most prominent thing on the thing.
You're not wrong. You're not
I think
wrong.
I think people made that joke. The sequel to ARMS, legs.
What's next? Head.
And then it's
Hands.
elbows.
Knees,
Feet.
hands, fingers, nails,
Butt cheeks.
teeth.
Alright.
It won't be PG anymore. It was butt.
They could do tails.
Ooh, tails.
And then suddenly we have Sonic.
Sonic and Tails, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and Tekken 7. Yeah, I hear good things about it. Tekken games are. I always thought like to be very fast paced because every hit matters. Like your health bar is not always like the biggest thing. Every when rounds go by so quickly and it's so tense. You know, like when you try to land it, when you land it, it's like makes it go moment or something like that.
Yeah, like I remember there would be characters that would just two shot people in Tekken.
Yeah.
So
but yeah, Tekken 7, good. I love the customization in that game.
okay.
The story mode is like it's there, I guess.
There is a story mode. Moving on.
Okay, and Injustice 2. I am still playing this game. As so, I love NetherRealm. I love NetherRealm Studios. Story mode. I really like the story mode. Is I get some hit and miss moment, but in the end, I still really liked it. The gear customization, I really love it. It gives me motivation to like keep playing the multiverses and get all this loot coming in. It's like, yeah. There is some microtransactions in it, but it's mostly cosmetic stuff, so that's fine. There's loot boxes, but the loot boxes are like getting random loot, and you can easily earn the loot boxes. I have so much loot boxes that I'm like I have a stockpile full of loot boxes waiting to be open, and I just get tons of loot and tons of cosmetic stuff. So I feel like
That's
that.
good.
Yeah, I really like that way of putting the loot boxes, just like for cosmetics and random stats. They don't really matter that much in the end.
Yeah,
Well, I
okay.
mean, it might, but people can turn on and off the stats. So yeah, Justice 2 is my pick for best fighting game.
Okay.
Would anyone else like to weigh in?
Well, how long have we been talking for that category?
Not long, I don't
not
think.
very long. I'm not big into fighting games. Like I didn't play through any of these, but I played a bit of ARMS actually, and I liked it. But really, I'm just not good at fighting games. I'm not good enough at them to judge them. So, like every time I see a fighting game, I feel I'm so incompetent.
I mean, I don't
have-
think like there's a certain enjoyment you can get out of like being good in a fighting game, especially like the ability to whoop ass, right? I think that's
Yeah.
a pretty solid point. But you don't need to be good at a fighting game to enjoy it. I mean, I was at Wesley's house and I'm not great. I know some basic combos, very basic, but I have I can just play against a friend who's got no knowledge at it at all. And there are times where we play and it's terrible. I mean, any professional player will just like look at it and be like a little facepalm. But you'll get those moments where the three of us, me, my friend, and Wes, will just go, oh, oh!
Yeah, because like when I have some friends over, like when there's a fighting game playing right now, I tend to not play and just let the others play because it's more enjoyable to watch, watch them play that game.
But yeah, my point is that because I'm not that into fighting games, so I can't actually tell the difference between Tekken, Marvel vs. Capcom, and Injustice 2. So I can't actually weigh in because I can't really. I mean, like they are fighting games to me, and that's all they are. And like fighting games that have stood out to me in the past have had like the things that got me into the fighting games that I enjoyed were more about the character designs, and so like Skullgirls really got me in, and then like the Guilty Gear series and Blaze Blue series both got me in.
It's pronounced Blaze Blue.
No, it's actually pronounced Blaze Blue.
Is it?
Blue, apparently.
I hear you pronounce it Blaze Blue.
Yeah, it reads Blaze Blue, but it's apparently pronounced Blaze Blue. But anyway, yeah. So, to me, like, it's just that none of these fighting games have that real character aspect to it, so I can't really vote for any of these.
Aw, but there's a bear for Tekken 7.
Okay, it gets the bear point. I'm voting Tekken 7.
But Injustice 2 has a gorilla.
Oh, damn, now I can't choose.
Marvel vs. Capcom has Rocket Raccoon.
Oh, okay, I'm voting Marvel vs. Capcom because there's Morrigan.
Oh my god.
But Injustice 2 is TMNT. And
oh yeah, the Ninja Turtle.
I don't care about the Ninja Turtle.
Oh man, that's sacrilege right there. That's sacrilege. A lot of people. I mean, you've just said, a lot of people got pitchforks and their mob fires. I mean, it's Bloodborne all over again.
They got their mask bandana.
I mean,
I hope you got
door. Yeah.
should just move out of the country for a few weeks.
Oh, damn.
So
Just lay low.
yeah, man.
Naietz, you mean
Change my-
Z9, right?
Yeah. I changed my name to Satan.
Yeah, that's the one.
Anyway, any of you guys want to talk about it?
Sam, you got anything to
I
weigh?
want to drop some sick knowledge about fighting games. Is that I thought all the health bars went out to the edge of the screen as they
Yep.
depleted.
Oh yeah, we talked.
Yep.
Turns out 90%
shrink
of
to the
them
middle.
don't.
You shrink to the middle.
Yeah. Which shows just how much I know. I mean, I'm a lover, not a fighter anyway, so it's whatever.
Ooh.
But for these things, I would pick Injustice 2 because it looks like you can make a better Batman versus Superman thing than the Hollywood.
I
in
mean,
your
they
own
did.
free time, so
It did.
I mean, it
Twice.
It did. Yeah. It really did.
Alright, that's fair.
I've played a little bit of Tekken 7. I haven't played any Marvel vs. Capcom, though I've seen some gameplay. I quite like the HUD 2, despite what all you guys say. I don't know. I like it. I haven't played ARMS, and I played a bit of Injustice, and I'll have to give it to Injustice for this one. I played a bunch of Injustice 1. Not enough, or not as much as Wes, I should say. But I think gameplay overall is really solid. They managed to, I think they managed to innovate a little bit. They've all got drastically different, like fighting styles, I guess. Like all these different games, they like Tekken 7 is 3D, and it's you've got a 3D arena, and all these punches are weighty. You've only got one health bar. Marvel vs. Capcom is Combo Fest. Nidhogg 2 is, well, fencing.
It's fencing.
ARMS.
Literally fencing.
It's literally fencing, but it can be really fun and tense at times. The ability to just flip flop from stages is amazing. ARMS, I haven't played ARMS, but like you guys said, I guess it's fencing? Question mark?
ARMS is like Wii boxing.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's the punch
It's
out
like-
that we never got.
Yeah, it's Wii boxing to the next level.
Ah,
But it's
okay.
still Wii boxing.
Oh man, savage! It's Wii boxing to the next level, but it's still Wii boxing.
at its core.
Yeah.
I'll have to give it to Injustice for my vote because I think gameplay is solid. The roster is pretty well fleshed out. There's some better characters than others, but they keep just adding to the game. They recently just released their third fighter pack. They have some pretty interesting characters to throw in. Yeah, I think Injustice 2 is good.
So
Okay.
everyone, Injustice 2 for me.
Yeah, Injustice 2 is the vote here, apparently.
Yeah.
Of course, I still vote Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite because there's Morgan. Alright, moving on to the next category then, are we?
Yep, moving on to the next category. Now this is something we're going to be talking about. Best
boy.
role-playing game.
Oh boy.
So,
Who would like to read it out?
Yeah, I can read it out. For the best game designed with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. So at first we have South Park: The Fractured But Whole. And then we have Final Fantasy 15,
Yeah.
the boy band, and we have Divinity: Original Sin 2. Woo!
Ooh.
And then we have Nier Automata, which I wouldn't count as a RPG. And then we have
Yeah,
Persona
the action game.
Persona 5. Yeah. We have Persona 5, which is actually one of the games I really want but don't have the chance to get.
Huh.
Alright. So
Wait, Hold on, just a quick question. So you wouldn't say Nier Automata is a RPG?
Isn't it more of an action game?
It's well,
like Bayonetta-esque.
Yeah, it's like well, you do get level ups, but it's very it's not as crazy as Bayonetta in terms of action, but it's still very heavily action based. And
So, go ahead.
Like it's very story heavy, and you do explore, like you have branching paths, and you have player agency choices, but at its core, I still wouldn't say it's an action game. I mean, it's not a role playing game. So that's just my take on it.
I mean, I haven't played it.
You have bullet hell sections. You have shoot 'em up sections. You have chop 'em up sections. But you don't you have it's not an RPG in the traditional sense. You get the story, but if you're talking like a heavy story, heavily player influenced story, then like you can say Last of Us is an RPG at that point. So
yeah,
I feel like Nier Automata doesn't fit in this category.
I can agree with that.
Beautiful a game as though it is, and I love the game, but it's not for this category.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I am not informed enough to make an assumption.
Yeah, I mean, I only see my brother play Final Fantasy 15 and Persona 5. My brother keeps replaying Persona 5 so many damn times. My God.
Yeah, I really want Persona 5, and it's like legitimately the Persona series is one of the best series of games I've ever played. Just like, period.
But yeah, the only game on here that I have played, and I guess, is Divinity Original Sin 2.
Yeah, me too.
Tristan, the same as you, of course, right?
No, I've played 150 something hours of Final Fantasy 15. Oh.
Oh, you did? Oh, I thought your sister did.
Oh no, my sister hasn't even finished the game.
Oh,
I keep telling her to finish it because I want to talk about the ending, but no, she doesn't. I played about 150 hours, as I said, of Final Fantasy 15. I haven't even done any of the DLC, which I have to get around to doing at some point because we bought the season pass, so we might as well freaking play it. And I actually look forward to playing it.
Okay.
But I played a lot of Divinity Original Sin 2 currently. That game's amazing.
Check out our Divinity Original Sin 2 streams right here on this channel.
Stop plugging other series. Got a podcast to get through. I've heard a lot of stuff about South Park. A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I've never played any of the South Park games, nor do I watch the show. That might be sacrilege to some people, not to me. And I've heard a lot of good things about Persona 5. But I can only really weigh in on 15 and Original Sin 2. And while I really like FF15, I'm going to have to give it to Divinity. Purely because you can just do so much.
Yeah, I agree.
The true essence of an RPG. Classic RPG.
Yeah. If I'd played Persona 5, perhaps I would make it a more difficult choice between the two, but right now I can only vote on Divinity Original Sin 2 in this list.
How about you, Sam?
Yeah, based on what I hear, Divinity is the most role-playing game, the most true to the sort of role-playing idea. Because from what I know of the South Park game, there's a decent amount of character customization. You all know about the difficulty slider thing.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And there's sort of some customization on like your race and your powers and sort of appearance, but the story is like it's basically linear, I think.
Well, I mean, Divinity Original Sin has a linear story too. It's just that you have multiple ways of approaching it.
Yeah, that's the thing with the South Park game. I think it's like just a linear sequence of events that you have to do in a particular order. I mean, obviously they're like side quests and stuff, but
in the end, the South Park games are like you're participating in a South Park episode.
Yeah,
very long South Park
directed.
episode.
It's very much you fight this guy and then you talk to him, and then you go do another fight, and then surprise fight, and then talk to a thing, and there's a dildo joke, and then
yeah, should be a lot of fart jokes.
The sort of like the difference in approach comes with your personal like power selection and team selection, and that's it. Because Divinity has all that, and then you can be sort of murder hobo or not.
Yeah, because every choice you make in Divinity kind of matters. Because if you kill a dude, that dude's gone. It's gone for good. Like even monsters, you kill a monster, that monster's gone for good. So in the end, you're kind of weighing up all the choices. So yeah, even their party, like a bit of a spoiler here, but you get to pick your party members in a certain point in the story, and the ones that you don't pick, well, they die.
I mean, it's a good thing you say that now, because I think only just past that point not too long ago, so even though it's fairly early on.
Yeah, so yeah, the player choice really matters in that game. Oh, you just pick the wrong party and bam, you don't get those ones that you want back.
Yeah.
Can you imagine playing Mass Effect like that?
They did.
I mean, you can do that if you want to on the final mission.
Yeah,
but that's in the final mission. Like, what if that happens at the beginning?
Like, just for the record, I picked Ifan for my party, and I don't like that character.
Really?
I don't like Ifan.
Really?
I'm telling you, he is the Roman Reigns of that game.
Really? I mean, that's interesting because both in our current playthrough, me, Wes, and two of our other friends, and our other two friends quite like Ifan.
Like, I don't hate his personality. I just don't like that everywhere you go with him, all the guards will aggro you to no end. You walk past the city, oh, you're Ifan, we recognize you, and then all the merchants will join on the fight, and then I have to murder every single one of them, and then I don't even get the money back. I don't hate his character. I mean, except for the fact that he keeps hitting on my female elf character.
I mean,
like, I think he just hits on everything, doesn't he? He just wants to hump everything that moves.
With bang, okay?
This is a good reference. Good reference.
But yeah. So, and then I picked him for a permanent party member, and then I regretted it, so I started again.
Oh, rip.
How many times did you restart again?
It's my 5th time.
Yeah.
Oh my days. 5 restarts. Not the best.
I mean, hasn't Michael had like something like that?
Yeah, but he's actually finished the game, so, or is close to finishing the game, if I'm not mistaken. And the restarts are mainly like either
changing
just like
characters a bit.
Yeah, it's not like not anything too serious.
Well,
like
yeah,
just
I
different
mean,
playthroughs.
I'm kind of like making different playthroughs as well. It's just that I'm not happy with the current playthrough. So
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Anyway, back to the Game Awards. Divinity Original Sin 2 is my RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to pick Original Sin as well. As much as I like FF15.
I think that's a clean sweep for
Yeah.
Unity.
When
You
I
know,
get
Sam, if you get Original Sin 2, we could all play.
Oh,
yeah, for a party
God.
member, 4-member partying. When I'll say this, when there's a PC emulator for the PS3, I'm getting Persona 5 on a legit copy, and I'm playing it through an emulator.
Wow. All right.
It's on PS what? 3, 4? Both, right?
Yeah, both actually.
Is it PS3 maybe? I don't think
Yeah,
so.
there's actually a PS3 emulator now. It just doesn't run the game correctly, apparently.
Ah,
Like it's still in the early days, so I'm gonna wait till when that's done, and then I'm gonna get a legit copy of Persona 5 and play through it. That is if Atlas, listen to me. You need to do a PC release. Think of how many more copies you would sell. Like screw this exclusivity deal. Like who cares about Sony anyway? Sony's a thing of the past.
It's all about the money.
Yep.
Anyway, guys, next category: Best Action Adventure Game. For the Best Action Adventure Game combining combat and traversal and puzzle solving. And the nominees are Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, Assassin's Creed Origins, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Who wants to go first?
I can only really weigh in on Assassin's Creed, and that's basing it on my experiences with Unity, which I've been playing in the past few days. I hate the combat. I like being a stupidly powerful all-killing machine, and they've changed that. Maybe for the
Why
better.
won't you die?
Right? You can like it's got the same sort of press to parry system, except there's no insta killing afterwards. So it's press to block, and then if you press it at the right time, you block and then sort of stun them a bit, and then you can hit them 3 times, and then they get back up and block all your attacks, and you have to wait for them to attack, and then block and hit them 3 times, and then they attack. You block, hit them,
I mean, I'm an assassin. You have multiple fatal trauma wounds to the face. You should be dead.
I should be, able to kill in one hit with any blade given my training, but no. There's also like the whole item levels shit, which I hate as well. Because you can have like a shitty sword and you'd be wailing on a guy for half an hour and his health bar is dropping by like pixels at a time. You're like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, and that thing is definitely an Origins as well.
Yeah. And the whole like skill tree thing, which I'm totally new to. Like, what? You have all the skills, right? As an assassin, you just do everything. That's how it worked in the old games. You have to unlock the skill to throw money on the ground. I mean, come on.
Well, I haven't learned that yet.
I don't understand the technique. How does one put their hand in a bag of coins and throw it? It's so complicated. I need to level up to learn.
Fingers.
Fuck. Oh, yeah. Like, learning a new type of weapon, fine. But really? To learn to fucking throw... Like, you start off knowing how to throw smoke bombs. You have to learn how to throw the other type of bomb. It's like, it's a fucking throwing thing. God!
Maybe there are some different plugs you have to unplug before you can throw,
But this one is a sleep grenade. It's different from a flashbang because it's not as bright. What? And the minimap is littered with like bajillions and millions of collectibles because it's like one map, sort of the Revelations way of like it's a big city and that's it. But I think Origins is even bigger than that. But
I think Origins is massive.
Yeah, but it's not as dense, I don't think.
I don't don't think that's.
Oh yeah, and sync points don't mark everything on the map for you in Unity. So if you want to reveal everything, you can pay real money to do that. Or look up a guide. Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's painful.
Like, the typical Assassin's Creed, find all the insert ancient relic and unlock the super armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part. It's like, do you want the entrance to all the thingies, the mission start locations? You could pay us for it.
Oh.
Wow.
But one thing I do like, actually, in Unity, which I'm pretty sure they don't have in Origins, so I don't know why I'm talking about it, but while I'm on the topic, they have like this basically murder mystery solving minigame.
Is this Batman Arkham Asylum again?
You turn up to a scene, there's a dead body or three, and it wasn't you for once. And you're like, investigate the area, find out clues, and accuse the right suspect.
Elementary, dear Watson, it's always a Templar.
Right? I'm looking forward to Syndicate because that'll be much stronger connections to the whole Sherlock thing.
I mean, have you seen the Assassin's Creed Origins tech tree?
Yes.
Nope.
There's I've only watched my sister play, but there's one skill in particular I found hilarious. So it's in like the archery kind of section of the tree, right? I think it's called like Predator Arrow or something like that. And basically like, so it's the main character and he's standing on like this building and he aims off in the distance and he fires the arrow and the arrow goes into slow motion and in midair he makes like a hard 90-degree turn, like 80 degrees down and hits a dude in the face. I'm like, what the fuck? It's a guided missile.
Yeah, you literally take control of the arrow.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's like the remote control Batarang from Arkham Asylum.
Oh my god, I'm really starting to think Assassin's Creed is becoming an Arkham game.
It's so funny because this guy, it's like, it's ancient Egypt, right?
Yeah.
I also remember a part where my sister was playing through, and it was like she was learning how to get the Assassin's Blade, right?
Yeah.
And how the main, I forget the main character's name, but how he gets it is his wife gives it to him, and the protagonist is just like, oh, where'd you get this? And the wife's just like, oh, it's been passed down from ancient times. And I'm like, bitch, you are in ancient times.
That's actually one thing the zero punctuation.
Yeah.
Yahtzee actually said that.
I saw that yesterday.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he's like, he said the exact same thing. Bitch, we are in ancient times.
Wait, Yahtzee said that?
Yeah, Yahtzee said that.
I found that insane. I was just like, wait, we are in the most ancient of times.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Assassin's Creed Primal.
Yeah.
Oh, this has been passed down since ancient times.
Assassin's Creed Primal. Wait. Assassin's Creed Primal. Far Cry.
Far Cry Origin. Oh.
Just like starts going through the origin stories of like
just
where humanity came from, basically.
Oh my god! Okay, let's just move on.
Just random name generator. Just Assassin's Creed Revelations.
They did that.
Wait, that's a game.
Yeah,
right?
That was a game. Yes.
They beat me to it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know you can be the next Yahtzee. He said that zero punctuation too.
I don't even know. I need to watch this now.
No, he was comparing it with the Matrix. So something reloaded.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's Sam for this category, I guess.
Yeah. I'm just ranting on pull the trap I ran
For
into
me,
with Zelda
yeah.
2.
For me, I only played Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, so
Oh, okay.
I mean, Ian, you play both Zelda and Super Mario, right?
Yeah. All right. So, my take on Zelda, I think like if I had to compare the two, Zelda was the one that was like more wow when I went into it. Like the wow factor was there, whereas Mario, I went in kind of a bit somewhat disappointed, but Mario grew on me a bit more, and Zelda kind of lost me after. Well, the thing is, in Legend of Zelda, there's thing about monsters is that if your kill count of the certain type of monster uh, goes through a certain threshold, then the next tier of that monster starts spawning. So I reached up to the like I've killed so many bokoblins that now they have gone from red to blue to black to silver, and
Silver? What?
yeah, silver bokoblins, and
Damn.
so red bokoblins have what 12 health, and then
No, they're really easy to kill.
yeah, they like die in one hit anyway. So and then blue bokoblins have like 12 have like 24 health, which is like double, which is fine. And then like black bokoblins have like 72 health, and then silver bokoblins have like 720 health.
Wow.
So and
That's
then
quite
like
the jump.
yeah, and then every time I bump into the silver bokoblin, I dread the fight. Whereas before I was thinking of how to approach the battle, coming up with creative ideas on how to use my bombs so that I don't have to waste my arrows, don't have to waste my sword. That quickly turned into a chore. So that's why it kind of lost me toward the end. Whereas Super Mario Odyssey, like, the more worlds you explore, the more it opens up, and the new it just becomes this amazing world because there are just so many ways you can go to the different kingdoms, and then so many secrets in each kingdom that I'm still like digging for all the moons. So yeah, if I had to pick between the two, I'd say I like Super Mario Odyssey more, even though Zelda was the one that actually I enjoyed for like it had a bigger impact on me, even though Zelda had the bigger impact on me, but Mario felt like the more well made game. Yeah.
The better experience.
Yeah. So that's my 2 cents on it.
All right.
Well,
Wes?
what about you,
Interesting.
Wes?
Well, I think I raised that in like Zelda because it's the only one I played in this category.
Oh, okay.
I think Zelda's the one to win this category.
Yeah.
But the only game I've played is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, okay.
And I quite like it. I mean, it's robot animals and some robot dinosaurs. I mean, it's basically man versus kaiju.
It's like Monster Hunter, except with robot monster.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty decent. A bit short. Even though I'm not finished playing it, but in my time of playing, I'm pretty sure I got through like 50 to 60% in like the first 12 or so hours.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be longer.
Yeah, because
again,
it's
I'm not
open
done.
world, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the main time sink is just the other extra stuff that you can do.
Oh.
And like the semi-completionist in me wants me to do stuff, but person me is like, you don't have the time to do all this stuff.
Yeah. Like I have a semi-completionist in me as well, but I never actually 100% of the game.
Yeah. It's like you want to do it, but are you bothered to do it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, that's me a lot of games.
Like, if it's achievable enough, like, you know what, maybe I'll give it a shot. But if it's like, collect all 800 moons. No. If I only need 300 to win, I'll get my 300 and then beat the game.
But you won't have the true ending.
No, I'm not going through all the levels to get 800 moons. No. There's far too many moons.
I did get all the stars in Super Mario Galaxy and all the stars in Super Mario 64.
Ooh.
But
you didn't glitch your way through the game to beat it in 12 minutes.
Oh
no,
man.
Super Mario Galaxy, when I got all the stars, I unlocked Luigi. And then you can do all the stars all over again.
Oh hell yeah. Super Luigi Galaxy, best game.
Yeah, and then I was just like, fuck it.
Oh, you didn't know? If you beat the whole game as Luigi, you unlock Wario.
Oh my god, that's...
And then when you beat it with Wario, you unlock Waluigi.
It's Waluigi time!
New game plus.
Wah!
New game, wah.
New Wah game.
Oh my god, okay. So is this done for the category? So, yeah, Zelda for me.
Wow, none of us actually played through Uncharted.
That's a bit sad.
I mean, it's the new one, right? It's not 4, so it sort of slipped under my radar. Actually, I didn't even know it came out.
I've heard that it came out. I just never paid attention to the Uncharted series because I don't own a PS4.
Yeah.
I thought it was. To be honest, I thought it was DLC.
Oh.
I didn't know it was a full game. I thought it was just a big DLC.
Well, in that case, I don't even know. I don't know enough to say whether it should belong on this category or
not. Yeah, well, I don't know either.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was like
I would judge
to the separate entry for it. So.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Wow, we're barely halfway through the whole list, actually.
Wait, what? Oh my god, we're going for almost 3 hours. What the hell?
Oh Jesus. Okay, let's pick this up.
Speed run the rest of this shit.
Yeah.
Speed run mode, guys. Let's go.
Speed run? Do you not want to do this as a 2-parter?
Oh, I don't think we'll have time.
No, the only thing is it'll be voted on by next week, so
Oh dang.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, roll call. Best action adventure game. Wes.
Best action adventure game. I give it a Cuphead.
Wait, no, action adventure, the one we're talking about right now.
Oh, I said Zelda.
Alright, Ian.
Super Mario.
Sam.
Horizon.
Bam, okay, Horizon Zero Dawn. Myself. Alright. Best action game.
Best action game.
I said Cuphead.
For the best game in the arcade for the best game in the action genre focused on combat. Prey. Neo. Destiny 2. Cuphead. Wolfenstein 2. Alright, Wes.
I said Cuphead.
Ian.
Cuphead.
Sam.
Yeah, Cuphead.
I mean, I would go with Cuphead too, even though
I don't know why Prey is on there.
Yeah, Prey is like survival horror, isn't it?
Buggy piece of crap anyway.
I mean,
I want to talk about Neo more, but Neo is on the PS. Wait, Neo is actually coming to the PC.
Yeah, it is. It just came. It's coming like super recently.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. No, go ahead.
And because I'm a big fan of the Souls genre.
Yeah.
So I have genre. And
is it a genre?
Souls like, yeah, it is kind of now. But so I'm kind of hyped to get into Neo as well. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I think Neo and Destiny 2 are actually, for the best game in the action genre focused on combat, I think Destiny 2 and Neo are very strong contenders for this. Well, also Wolfenstein 2, actually. I think these are all quite strong contenders for this category. But I think Cuphead is good fun. All right. Okay. Next.
Moving on.
Next.
We got the best VR AR game. So we got Super
any of
Hot.
us have VR?
Nope.
Yeah, me neither. So I'll just say Super Hot.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Super Hot.
I mean, I'd say Super Hot too, but I think Resident Evil 7 is pretty fun.
Yeah.
I mean, watching to see your hand get sawed off like in front of your eyes is pretty visceral. I mean,
okay, fine. Then get stapled back on.
yeah, exactly. Magically stapled back on. It's like I don't think this is how biology works. I'm not supposed to have a hand anymore.
Like, somehow I think the main character is just more of a monster than the whole family that's trying to kill him.
Yeah, like, I mean, just like, you know, you get stabbed by some mold monster, you get, you know, chainsawed in the back, just put some, like, you know, juice on yourself, you'll be all good.
Alright, so we all agree it's Super Hot.
I'm gonna make a change. I'm gonna say Resident Evil 7 because I think horror games done well work really well with VR. So
yeah, Super Hot also really works on VR.
Yeah, it does.
Because of the stop time thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Super. I was thinking about Star Trek, but you can totally do that without VR. The VR part's sort of gimmicky, honestly. So in terms of implementation, yeah, Super Hot it is.
Alright, Super Hot for the three of us. Just choose Resident Evil 7. Next category.
I do want to say it's a bit sad though because aren't Lone Echo or Echo Arena made for?
Sorry, what?
Well, you cut off there.
Aren't the other two games made for VR? Well, so is Star Trek Bridge Crew, but I see what Sam's trying to get at. Like, you can pretty much play the game without looking at VR.
Yeah.
Well, aren't the others pretty much?
I just hadn't heard of the other two. So
I mean, with Super Hot VR, you can like duck and punch stuff.
Like, Super Hot VR just legit makes the game better. Plus, like, it's kind of the VR experience that everyone can get into, because it's like, oh, now I'm frozen, and then I can like take a look around and like, oh, now I know if I just pick up this shit and throw it at the person, and then that sort of thing.
Anyway, moving on. You gotta move on. Okay, best handheld game. I have not played any of these games.
Me neither.
Yeah, me neither. But I'd say like I really wanted to get into Monster Hunter Stories. Like they're all RPGs basically, except for Samus Returns and Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yes.
And so yeah, all of these RPGs I was like Fire Emblem Echoes, Ever Oasis, and Monster Hunter Stories I really wanted to get into, but I just set aside my 3DS for so long that I couldn't bother.
So, fair enough.
I'm giving it to Metroid.
You're giving it to Metroid?
Yeah, I'm giving it to Metroid.
Okay. Okay, Ian, what are you giving it to?
I think I'll pick Fire Emblem Echoes because that's the one I'm most anticipated for.
Sam.
Fuck it. I have zero clue about any of these. I'm gonna give it to Monster Hunter because it's got like a tentacly dick monster.
You know, I'll give it to Ever Oasis because I've never heard of it, but it looks cool.
Yeah, interesting.
Bam. Okay.
I just want more Metroid games. I want a Metroid on my Switch.
All of these are on the 3DS apparently. So this is a 3DS game.
Yeah. Portable portable gaming system. Who do you know that makes those, right?
Yeah.
What's a PSV, no?
That thing exists. Oh.
Man, you're right. Sony useless now.
Anyway, next one. Best mobile game.
Are you skipping this?
Do you want to skip this?
I mean, I would pick Fire Emblem era Heroes if we could play it. I mean,
Yeah. We still don't have it in Hong Kong.
I want
actually-
my waifu. I want my waifu on
I
my
actually
phone.
used an Australian iTunes account and downloaded it and played it for a bit. And well, I didn't like it as much as the real Fire Emblem games, but I can.
I mean,
say
it's
the
a
same
mobile
for-
game.
Yeah, I can say the same for all mobile games, basically.
Yeah.
I like the real deal better.
I want my real
Full mobile
waifu, damn
game.
it.
Get a pillow.
I mean, that being said, just this like thumbnail for Old Man's Journey looks pretty interesting. So
Yeah.
it looks pretty.
I'm gonna give this award to Super Mario Run because it's the only one I play.
Super Mario Brothers 2, baby.
What is Super Mario Run?
It's a game where you don't control Mario except for the jumping. So I don't know why it's called Super Mario Run.
Because it's like a runner game.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like Temple Run, but Mario.
Oh, okay. Oh, fine. That's not interesting.
All right, Ian, what are you gonna pick?
I'll pick Fire Emblem Heroes because it's the only one I played.
Okay, Sam, what are you gonna pick?
I want to go with Hidden Folks because
Bam. Okay.
that looks interesting. It's Where's Waldo, Where's Wally? That's the impression I get. I'm gonna go with first impressions. That's it.
I'm gonna go with Old Man's Journey. There's a whale.
I like whales.
There she blows.
Alright, best ongoing game.
Best ongoing
Awarded to a
game.
game for outstanding development of ongoing content that involves the player experience over time.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't like any of these games.
You gotta say them though.
Okay. We got Warframe, Rainbow Six Siege, Overwatch, GTA Online, Destiny 2, PUBG. I'm gonna give it to Warframe.
I'm gonna give it to PUBG.
I'm gonna give it to GDA.
Yeah, I'm giving it to Warframe because it made part of it. Pillars of the other PoE thing. Anyway, Plains of whatever.
Path of Exiles.
No, the new expansion is like an open world area.
Path of Exiles is a different game, by the way.
It's PoE.
Yeah, I know, but you almost said Pillars of Eternity.
Yeah, I know. There's Pillars of Eternity, there's Path of Exile, and then Warframe's own version of PoE, which is Plains of Eidolon.
Oh, I see.
God.
Yeah, not
Also,
confusing whatsoever.
I think it's Eidolon.
Oh, yeah,
Was it the initials of Poe?
yeah, it's Poe. Fucking
Pieces of
ravens and shit.
Alright,
Yeah,
so that's it. Next.
Okay. Yep. Next.
No one
topic.
voted for Overwatch.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Screw Overwatch.
Alright, Games for Impact.
Games for Impact.
For a thought-provoking game. Oh, go ahead. You say it.
For a thought-provoking game with a profound pro-social meaning or message. Please Knock on My Door. That's one game. Night in the Woods. That's the second game. Life is Strange Before the Storm. That's the third game. Bury Me, My Love. That's a very pretentious game. What Remains of Edith Finch. This is the one we talked about. That's a walking simulator. And Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I'm going with this one because it's the only one I pay attention to.
I'm choosing Night in the Woods because I love the topic of it.
I don't know what to pick. Bury Me, My Love, because you said it was pretentious.
It looks very pretentious.
I mean,
even the title is very
sounds
pretentious.
Bury Me, My Love. I mean, I apologize. I am very ill-informed when it comes to these kinds of games.
Me too.
You need to go on Tumblr more often.
Hell no. Get that out of my face. I'm just gonna go with Bury Me, My Love.
Yeah, because it's like the most pretentious title.
I mean,
actually,
art style is pretty interesting.
Yeah,
So...
I can agree on that.
I like the title too.
Yeah, actually, like it looks very interesting.
I mean, it could be good. Who knows?
I'm
It
intrigued,
could
but
be.
yeah, I'm just gonna go with Hellblade because that's the one I have most knowledge on. And then we're skipping the voice acting category.
Yeah, we're skipping performance.
Hold on. Roll
okay.
call.
Oh,
Roll
okay.
call.
I'm
Guys.
Night in the Woods.
Ian.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Me is Burn Me My Love. Sam.
I'm gonna go with Night in the Woods too.
Bam. All right. Okay.
Let's go.
Alright.
We're skipping. We are skipping their best performance because all the people. Do you want to do best audio design?
Best audio design.
I wish I'd listened to some of these things, but I haven't.
Alright. Best audio design: Destiny 2,
Okay, we do
Hellblade, Resident Evil 7, Legend of Zelda, and Super Mario Odyssey. I'm going with Legend of Zelda.
I'm going with Zelda 2.
Recognizing the best in-game audio and
Sound design.
I'm gonna go with Resident Evil 7 because tension is hard to build sometimes. You can really mess it up, and I think they do it quite well.
Yeah, I actually agree, and it was a bit of a toss-up, but I just picked Legend of Zelda because
I just chose Zelda because it's the only one I played.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Destiny 2 because its soundtrack is good.
But this isn't soundtrack, it's audio design.
Yeah, best score of music is a different one.
Oh, is it? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
In that case, Destiny 2 because I like science explosions.
Okay.
Happy?
It's just all the pew 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 pew.
Lasers and guns and they sound meaty.
I mean, I
was
gonna pick Destiny 2 because they convey the sense of sci-fi very.
Bang bang bang.
Bang 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 bang. Okay, best score music for outstanding music inclusive of. Actually, no, we didn't do roll call. Roll call. Quick, Wes.
Zelda.
Ian.
Zelda.
Sam.
Destiny.
Alright, me, Resident Evil 7. Alright, back to best score music. For outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. Destiny 2, Cuphead, Nier Automata, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Persona 5. Alright.
Ooh, this is a big toss-up. This was Persona 5 has an awesome soundtrack. Huh.
Yeah, I'm going with Persona 5.
Yeah, I'm going with Persona 5 because I actually downloaded the music of that.
Same.
As much as I love the soundtrack for Destiny 2, I'm gonna have to go.
You got cut off. You got cut off. Tristan, you got cut off. Say it again.
Oh, I said, even though I love the sound and music for Destiny 2, I gotta go with Cuphead because I'm Mr. King Dice.
Yeah, King Dice is the best music as well. But
it's so good. It's also sung by a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now that P5 is here, I'll go Persona.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, so roll call again. Persona 5 for me.
Persona 5.
Persona 5. Whoa. Done.
Okay. Go. Moving next. Best art direction.
Oh god.
Best art direction. I'd just say this is Cuphead.
For outstanding creative and/or technical achievement in artistic design and animation.
Yeah, I'm going with Cuphead.
They all have merit, though.
Yeah.
Destiny 2, really?
I mean, it looks really crisp. It conveys what it wants to convey. It doesn't have to be stylistic.
Legend of Zelda has a really nice aesthetic, but it's not a very outstanding one compared to Cuphead. Cuphead is just really outstanding.
Yeah, I don't remember what Legend of Zelda looks like.
Well, it's kind of.
I know it looks good, but that's the thing. I don't specifically remember it. Whereas Cuphead, I totally do.
Persona 5 is anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that from the preview photo.
And well, Persona 5 has a really, really stylish UI interface that I really, really like. Like everything, like the UI is very stylish. The the way the use of color is also very stylish. But I just don't like the environment and the monster design that much.
What are you talking about? They got a giant penis monster.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like I like the theme of the demons in the Persona and the Shin Megami Tensei series, but I have never really liked the looks of them. Like I like the theme, not the looks.
It's too bad.
Yeah. So yeah, Cuphead.
So, roll call. Are we done here?
Yeah.
Okay, roll call.
Tristan?
Cuphead for me.
Yeah. Cuphead. Tristan?
I guess I'm gonna have to go with Cuphead. I mean, I like them all. They're all real pretty.
Yeah.
They are, in their own right. They're pretty enough in their own right. But
yeah,
the amount of effort gone into all the details for Cuphead. I mean that, not to discredit the effort gone into all these other games, because they all look amazing. Exactly. It's just there's only so much you can do against something like Cuphead.
So Cuphead overwhelms it again.
It does.
How about you, Sam?
Yeah, I'm good. I was choosing between Cuphead and Horizon, but yeah, Cuphead will take it.
Okay, we got another sweep. Here. Cuphead.
Whoa.
Next one. Best narrative.
Alright, so we have What Remains of Edith Finch again, Nier Automata again, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice again, Wolfenstein 2, and then Horizon Zero Dawn again. I'm voting for Nier Automata.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know much about this. I don't know much about the stories in these games because I have never played them. But Wolfenstein seems the most funniest, so I'm choosing Wolfenstein.
Okay.
I'm going with Nier.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nier too, because I think I don't think Horizon Zero Dawn narrative is particularly gripping. It's fun game though.
Yeah, gameplay is great, but it's a bit cliched, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's not game breaking though. It's not like, I'm gonna like head roll or like, like just bloody my forehead on a brick wall because the story's poorly written. It's fine. It serves the purpose of progressing the gameplay. The gameplay is the best part of it. If I want to take down a robotic T-Rex, I will.
Yeah, but Nier is really all on that story, and like even though the action sequences are really engaging as well, they are really kind of bleak and really like bullet helly, and the narrative actually stands out more.
I think the narrative is definitely the strength for Nier Automata.
Yeah.
From what little I've heard of it, I've just seen like cutscenes here and there, but it's pretty strong.
Yeah. It really grips you once you get into it.
All right, roll call. Wes.
Wolfenstein.
All right, Ian.
Nier Automata.
Sam.
Nier Automata.
Myself. Nier Automata. All right, next.
Next one.
Best game direction.
Game direction.
Awarded to a game studio for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Wolfenstein 2, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Boy.
I am giving it to Zelda because overall the whole world and the whole approach to it, it's great. It's good. Good.
I'm giving it to Super Mario Odyssey. For the same reason I did give it to Super Mario Odyssey on the previous category that the two were paired up again. Yep.
I'm gonna give it to Horizon Zero Dawn because it's the only game I played on this list.
Okay.
But, I mean, I mean, why hasn't anyone else thought of robotic dinosaurs and animals, huh? That's pretty outstanding. It's pretty unique.
Yeah.
Wait, there were. That's just they were mechas back then.
I
Zoids.
mean, yeah,
But do they have ancient robotic spider leg things that shoot laser eyes at you?
I think Zoids had that. Zoids had crazy animal robots. Anyway.
Reminds me a bit of the was it not Tom Cruise movie? Was it Oblivion? With the sort of drones.
No, I think you're thinking of Edge of Tomorrow.
No, Oblivion.
What, the one with the massive like floating cube things or triangle
floating
pyramids?
ball drone thing.
Well, War Worlds?
No. Wait, no. No, Oblivion. He's right. Yeah. With wait, that film had Morgan Freeman in it, right?
Maybe? I don't remember. Oh yeah, it did. Yeah. He was like a resistance fighter.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about Tom Cruise? We should go.
Tom Cruise is in video games.
I mean, I don't know about that.
They'll make a Mission Impossible game one day.
They will. Anyway, Sam, you were saying
Horizon. Yeah, because that sort of reminds me of the dinosaurs with the sort of awareness and
right.
The color scheme too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Okay.
So roll call.
I'm going with Zelda.
I'm going with Super Mario Odyssey. Tristan.
I am going with Horizon Zero Dawn.
Sam.
It's Horizon Zero Dawn.
Alright, next one. It is it, guys. The main event.
The finale.
Alright, let's do the honors because you're the host.
Oh, I guess I'm doing it. Yes. Okay, game of the year, guys. This is it. This is for all the marbles. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Persona 5, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Why is PUBG on this?
Because it has
it's popular.
It's the best experience across all creative and technical fields.
It's such a creative game, you know?
Yeah, and it's such a good good experience in the technical field when you can't jump over fences.
Yeah, it's a beautifully optimized game from what I hear. Yep. I have a 4-way SLI 1080s and I can run it at like 30 FPS, so it's really good.
Yeah, it's very cinematic.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going with Super Mario Odyssey again.
I'm still going with Zelda, because, again, the only one I've really played out is...
Man. It's tricky, this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to... I'm with Sam here. Tricky. I mean, I don't want to give it to Horizon Zero Dawn. Because I don't think... Go ahead, Wes.
No, I could keep further my reasoning of Zelda, because I haven't really explained further why I still think it's a really good game.
Yeah.
I just still can't forget the experience I had from the initial start from it. I remember just from the start screen to the opening. I was I don't know why I got goosebumps instantly. I got such a I don't know if it's the right word, agitated feeling.
The only reason why I'm voting against Zelda in this category is just because the end game monsters are so bullet spongy. If they were even half as tanky, then I would have loved the game fully, but they just did not balance it correctly, I don't think.
But this is also the fourth tier of monster that the same tier of monster, right?
Yeah.
And you must have killed enough to get to tier 4, right? And
but
it's quite a lot, right?
Yeah, but still, it's just that.
I mean, Wes didn't even know there was silver.
Yeah, because bokoblins, but it's because killing them is so fun.
No, I
And
mean,
then
there
now
you
they
go.
are so tough, and I can't kill them so easily anymore. It's no longer fun.
Oh, boo-hoo.
And then they shoot arrows without aiming, especially the ones on horses, and then the arrows take like 15 hearts off of me.
And then the Dark Souls boss picks me up and eats me, and I get cat out the other side, and then I die.
See, basically, what's happened is you've bullied a little kid in school for years, and then finally his big brother has come back from the army, and he's like, "Hey, man, not cool."
I don't think that's even the case. I think he bullied him so the kid held on to that anger, grew up to be this MMA prize fighter, sees you sitting on your chair playing this little game, and has decided to beat the ever-living snot out of you. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me, at the very least.
Hey, I still kill them by the dozens. It's just that it takes longer to kill them. So it's not like they are killing me. It's just that I have to throw bomb arrows at them now instead of using normal arrows.
It's so much more of a hassle.
Mommy, I want to 3-shot this monster. Boo-hoo.
But you have to remember, weapon durability is a thing in that.
Yes, that's the one thing I did want to ask about, like your opinion on the whole weapon degradation thing.
I don't mind.
Because, like, the thing is, when they have a smaller health bar and you can work out the encounters like puzzles, that was really fun. And then when they have thick health bars and you actually have to use your weapons and you can't save them up for the bosses, then it gets less fun. So that's why.
I mean, I had tried to improvise with what I had.
Yeah, but it doesn't always work when all you have next to you are like that dude can swing at you for 5 hearts of damage with an iron sword, but you can swing at him with an iron sword and deal like what 20 damage, and then like he has 720 health.
I just remember fighting an entire camp just bombs. Just them chasing me, and then I'm running and then dropping bombs and I kept running away.
And their AI is actually amazing. Like, you do that enough times and then they'll learn that, oh, the bombs actually explode and have a radius, so they'll go around the bombs. And then if you try to manipulate the bombs, they'll kick the bombs away, and like they'll learn how to deal with the bombs. Actually, it's just that they fucked up with the stupid health bars and things. They didn't have to be bullet sponges, and yet they were. So that's why that's holding it back. That's holding it back so much for me that I'm giving the Game of the Year award to Super Mario Odyssey.
See, that's sort of your fault for not beating the game quickly enough, right? It's Nintendo basically putting a timer on it. Be like, okay, you've had your fun. Now can you fucking beat the game?
No,
God.
I want to kill Red Bokoblins. I want to smash their heads in. I still haven't unlocked all the silver tier monsters, and I want to do that so I can complete my Compendium. Oh, that's another thing. Like,
Ganon is in his castle, tapping his foot, waiting for the hero to come save the day.
Oh no,
he's got his whole monologue.
I feel bad for Zelda, because Zelda is the one keeping Ganon the whole time.
Nope, I have to finish my Pokedex.
All right. How about you, Sam? Do you got anything to add to? I mean, just the Game of the Year in general.
See, I haven't played either Nintendo titles. Like, I totally agree with everyone's derision of PUBG being even considered for this.
Yeah,
I haven't played Persona 5. I haven't played any of these. But the game I want to play most is tied between Zelda and Horizon.
Okay.
So I'm sort of choosing between them. It's difficult.
I think I'll say that as much as I love the Horizon, I think the important note here is the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Whilst, in my opinion, Horizon is fun, I don't think compared to the other labels here on this list, I think out of all of these, it's the weakest. That's not to say it's not strong and has its own merits. Out of the 4, because we're not counting Battlegrounds, it's the weakest contender in my opinion. It's got loads of creative influence. I mean, I can look at this and be inspired. I can go to all the vantage points, and kind of it takes like a lot of good stuff from the gameplay and from just an art direction in general. Just climbing through like destroyed cities or going through like vaults and stuff. It's just it's really good. But compared to the other 3, I don't think it's as strong. So, I think I'm gonna have to give my vote to either Persona 5 or Legend of Zelda, purely because I'm tired of Mario. Even though Mario Odyssey was pretty good, from all I've heard and from what I've seen, pretty solid all around. Just not a fan of Mario.
Okay.
It's gonna have to be a toss-up for those 2 for me, because I think
Zelda has
I think they deliver
sexy
more.
fish guy.
Of course, we all know the real winner of the Game of the Year is Super Mario Brothers 2.
Super Mario Brothers 2, baby!
The true king.
Still the king. Still the king.
Still the king, baby. Still the king. But in all seriousness, let's what do you guys think? So, where's your Legend of Zelda? Yes.
Yes.
Ian, you are Super Mario Odyssey. Yes.
Yep.
I will have to go with Legend of Zelda because it looks amazing, and I think from what I've heard, it is the best experience across all creative and technical fields, in my opinion. Despite not playing it, but seeing a lot of gameplay of it, I'd say this one. How about you, Sam?
I'm gonna agree with you and say Zelda takes it for me.
I can see Zelda winning basically a lot of the categories here. Actually, it's just that I'm so salty about the health sponge thing that I'm actively gonna vote against it.
But you're still gonna support Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like that's why he's chosen Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
Like Legend of Zelda is still an amazing game. I'm just really salty. That's all. Like I think it's actually a better game than Super Mario Odyssey. I'm just salty.
You know what will really make me salty if PUBG wins any of these awards. So.
Well, I can see it winning multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I can.
Like, but I think that's if the only other thing it's there for.
Yeah, exactly. I think if it wins multiplayer, like that's fine.
Oh, sorry, no, it's best ongoing game as well.
Nah.
I don't think it should count as ongoing. It
if it's not even out yet.
Yeah.
Actually, I see it might actually win that category too, because the other choices, except for Grand Theft Auto Online, maybe.
Yeah, GTA has added a lot.
Yeah.
But what is anyway? What did PUBG added?
They added fog.
They're gonna add a desert map when the Game Awards actually gets announced.
They're gonna, according to Ian, they're gonna add vault.
Yeah, they're gonna be vaulting over the fences.
What a great addition! That totally outstrips its competitors. Like GTA only added like 20 new bikes and the 6 different game modes.
I mean, it
what
it
is
only
that
ended
compared
like
to vaulting technology?
Oh man, I mean that's a very accurate point. I mean, like, you only released like how many? Like something in the double digits of free DLC for.
Yeah.
Vaulting though. Oh boy.
Yep. That is the pinnacle of game updates.
And it's not even out yet.
Yeah.
That's how ongoing it is.
That's how
Yep. Totally.
Well, I mean, IGN is on the voting panel, so who knows?
Oh.
I mean, voting panel is huge. It's also
It is.
Anyway,
I mean,
If
you
there
got
are
some.
more if there are more IGNs on the voting panel, then maybe Star Wars Battlefront 2 would have made all of the categories actually.
It may have come out too late, actually. I don't know when these nominations were done.
I know Super Mario Odyssey came pretty late.
Yeah.
That's true. What the fuck? What are these like YouTube things doing on the voting jury?
I think it's like to share or something.
This is domestic. Under the domestic category, you have Kind of Funny.
I think it's Rooster Teeth, mainly because they have like a big pull, I guess. Because Kind of Funny and Funhouse are underneath Rooster Teeth.
Yeah. They're in the whatever family, but they're listed separately. Which is weird, but
Because I suppose even though it's part of the family, they're still like different brands, right? Mainly run by different people.
Yeah.
So but I do see your point.
Or whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, Legend of Zelda is definitely gonna win Game of the Year, I think, because
and before PUBG wins it, because it's still a popularity contest.
No, I still think Legend of Zelda is definitely winning Game of the Year, actually.
Even as a popularity contest, no, I think Zelda would win the popular vote.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I mean, yeah, that's what we expect.
Like this
right?
year has been just that great for Nintendo. Like they got 2 full 10 out of 10 games, and even Famitsu gave them like 40 out of 40. And Famitsu is like notoriously difficult to score. And Edge also gave them like max scores, and Edge was like notoriously difficult to get max scores for. So yeah, like these 2 games are like owning all the other competitors really. This year has just been the golden year for Nintendo, and basically shit for everything else.
You're not wrong.
It's like Nintendo has a golden age when all the rest of the world has gone to their dark ages.
Nintendo will lead us to the light.
Like they did when Atari crashed.
Yeah.
And Sega.
I mean, Nintendo's still here, right?
Yeah, Nintendo's like the oldest.
It's still one of the biggest players.
Yeah, and is it really the oldest now? Because
should be. I mean,
obviously, company-wise, there's a whole like, it started out as in the 19th century, but in terms of making video games.
Wait, in the 19th century, I'm not so sure about that.
they were making playing cards back then.
In the 19th century?
Yeah, 1889.
Holy crap! Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's that old?
Yeah.
I take it back.
It's old ass.
1889?
Yep.
Jesus. Yeah, okay. I thought that was a slip of the tongue, but no, it wasn't. Goddamn. Fair enough.
1889 to 1956 as a card company.
Yeah.
That's why they're so bad with the internet.
They were from the Dark Ages.
Yeah. Impressive. Very impressive. Hell of a company.
Yeah. Just when all hope has been lost.
Anyway, so we're gonna finish this off now. So we'll hope to see how the Game Awards end up. we can either be happy or we can really be salty. So who knows?
I'm expecting the salt.
I don't actually think I'm gonna be that much salty. I've lots of the games I really like are actually here. So
and even if we do get salty,
salt.
Yeah, even if we do get salty, we'll make our own award show.
The Black Hawk Awards.
With Black
All right.
Hawk and the other thing. Actually, screw the awards show.
Yeah.
It'll be streaming on Twitch.
My
8:30
Black Hawk
AM.
Awards would just be completely biased choices for me.
Just like fighting games after fighting games after fighting games.
Game of the Year goes to Injustice.
Okay, I don't like Injustice that much. I still think Zelda is my game. So
Nah, it's all about what's that game called? The Hunter, Call of the Wild. I don't know. I'll pick a random game. That Hunter sim. Oh, beautiful.
The Hunter?
Beautiful. You hunt moose.
okay, guys, I'm
And
getting really
bears.
tired. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, guys.
All right.
All right.
Wow.
Thanks
Goodbye.
to anyone who listened, and goodbye, everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for all the listeners.
Yeah. All three
Oh,
of you.
we
Yeah.
actually did speed through all of it, so what a miracle.
And what, like 4 hours?
3.5
3.5.
hours.
Yeah, 3 and a bit.
Good night, everyone.
All right. Good night.
Night.
Good night.